Testing.
Boom. And we are live with another episode of the Brownwater Banter podcast. My name is Jared Seymour.
My name is the champ for the third time.
Third time the champ's still in the studio. We got a good show for you. Hopefully we don't get kicked off the internet again. But in the studio, we have Kayla and Martin from Soulless Innovations. Did I want to say that right? Yeah.
Yep.
And my Facebook got knocked off too, but that's okay. I'll fix that. We're going to be talking about their business, how they got started, all the different things that they do. They're actually a sponsor of the upcoming Brownwater Bash. We're going to get into that as well. But before we do that, we have to thank the people that keep the lights on for us over here at the Brownwater Studio. Right out of the gate, Dr. Robbie Williams over at Southern Magnolia Smiles, man. If you're looking for a great local dentist, you can look them up on the socials at Southern Magnolia Smiles on Facebook and Instagram. When you're ready to book that consultation, it's 2026, man. Get them pearly white shined up and looking good. You can give them a shout at 228-215-1202 and tell them that Brownwater sent you. If you need legal representation, Taylor & Cox Law Firm is right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. They are in Jackson County, George County, and Greene County. They specialize in felonies, misdemeanors, DUI, BUI, family law, divorce, child custody, you name it. If you need somebody that's going to fight tooth and nail for you, that's our buddy Tyler right there in the photo. He's going to take care of you and make sure you get, treated right. Give him a shout. Book the consultation. It's 228-696-0111. And again, tell them Brownwater sent you. We're in March. If you had a New Year's resolution, you missed the boat. Just be honest with yourself.
No,
but
the beach is going to get what you're going to get.
That's it. But it's not too late to still prioritize your health. Forever Young Men and Women's Health right here is Kendrick in that photo. They can get you where you need to be. Their motto is bringing medicine, health, and exercise together to help men and women live their best lives. So if you want to just start moving around again, or you really want to hammer it back out in the gym, book a consultation with them. Kendrick will do some lab work on you. He's going to see if you're vitamin deficient, if you're hormone deficient. He specializes in testosterone replacement for both men and women, believe it or not. He's been on the show a couple times, so go check out those episodes if you want to know some more information. We've got to get him back in here because it's been a minute, and he's got a lot of cool stuff going on too. So give him a shout. Book the consultation, 228-363-6623. And again, tell him Brownwater sent you. And I'm going to flash this right here. Joey leaned to the side a little bit. Show the people.
I can't. My neck hurts.
He can't even do it. His back's screwed up now. Anyway, we got the Brownwater Bash, man. It's coming April 18th at Dewey Do Bugs in D'Iberville. You can turn a hardhead catfish into $1,000. First place and second place is sponsored by Soulless Innovations right here for $500. So gaff top division, white trout division, black drum division, and redfish division as well. There's our sponsors there on the logo, or on the flyer, I should say, all their logos. And we appreciate all of them for doing that, because without them, dude, we cannot do these tournaments. We say it every time because that is the truth. Without the sponsorships, they just don't make sense. So you can see here, Joey right there wearing that's first place, is also going to take home the championship chain right there. It's pretty killer.
It's killing my neck right now. Literally.
Yeah, he said it's pretty. It's 3 pounds. So, rock it. But anyway, all right. So now that's out of the way, first of all, thank y'all so much for being here and dealing with our little technical glitch there at the beginning of the show. Not sure what happened, but we got it fixed. Tell everybody what Soulless Innovations is if they've not heard about your business.
So my name is Martin Fountain. I'm the owner. Soulless Innovations is a small business in Gulfport. We do a lot of aluminum welding.
Okay.
Steel fabrication.
Okay.
I got started in the automotive world.
All right.
And that's kind of where we
as a welder in the automotive world?
No,
or did you work on
I built my own trucks and stuff.
Okay.
And did the low riders.
Nice.
Sweet.
I want a C10 so bad. It's like one of my life goals. I just haven't got there yet.
You got to go to Ford.
Yeah, Ford's our specialty.
Ford's our specialty.
I got a funny story if we got time. I recently had to buy my 16-year-old vehicle, and I've always owned Silverados. Like, I've been a Chevy guy, and my first truck was a Ranger, so I've had Ford.
Ford fucking Rangers.
I like Fords,
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, that day I drove Silverado, Sierra, F-150. I've never done that before, and at the end of that day, I was like, I like the F-150s the best. That was my favorite truck out of all of them. So when I re-up on a vehicle, I'm getting F-150. Like, I was super pumped.
So one thing with the business too is kind of our stuff. Like 99% of our business is tanks for the vintage F100. So like 61 to 72.
Okay. Yeah.
F100s. He started doing that when those trucks have fuel tanks behind the seat from the manufacturer.
Right.
A lot of people
not a great design.
No,
right? Okay.
No, not very secure. So he designed a fuel tank that is a direct bolt-in. So
Okay.
in that frame of those trucks, in the rear frame, there is a cross member that connects the two that connects the two parts of the frame. So an issue that people were having is you have a lot of older guys who are trying to redo these trucks and make them new, that they're having to cut that cross member out. It's a lot of work. They got to drill their own holes, things like that.
Okay.
So what he started doing was he designed a tank that is direct bolt-in. It catches factory holes. It has a notch in that tank. So the notch tank, guys, that's where that
There
comes
we go.
from.
It's a slogan, yeah.
Repping it.
It bolts directly in with that cross member in place. So you don't have to do any extra work. I mean, from the time that you receive your tank from us, in 20 minutes, you can have it bolted in and ready to go.
Okay.
Sweet.
So that is where he was able to leave his day job and fully do the business full time.
Okay.
Yeah, we say Ford specialty. We're not brand specific.
Right.
Right.
The Ford world's kind of where is the niche that
Just
we.
like Fords a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, again, we talked about it. It'll show up over here in just a second. I'm hoping that that's what I have here is the notch tank. You'll be able to tell me in just a second. But going back to like the original design, whether it was the Chevy C10s or the Fords, right?
Mhm.
They all had that issue because I know, like looking through on Facebook Marketplace to like buy one of them, a lot of times you'll see tank moved or not original tank because we moved it already, whatever. What was the issue there? Do you know, like the manufacturers? They just thought that was the best place to put it. It was cheaper, easier design. Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. But it's just it wasn't
easier.
good.
No,
Engineers.
Yeah.
But
But it wasn't a good design, right?
No.
Like compared to being underneath the bed of the truck. Is that one of your?
So no.
Okay.
So do you have our website pulled up?
I have your Facebook page, but I can go to your website.
Yeah, go to the website.
Okay.
And then there should be a tab up at the top that has photo gallery.
Okay.
Go to that, and that's kind of more because that's our specialty. That's what feeds our kids.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
are the notch tanks for the F100s.
Okay.
There's a custom tank for a shop we do work in Oklahoma.
Okay. Explain that to me. What is that tank for? Like.
So the shop in Oklahoma, they take newer model trucks and then they build a chassis for them.
Okay.
And they're doing body drops as well.
Okay. Okay.
So that fits their frame that they
Now, when you say newer, you mean like brand new trucks?
yeah, that's what they're known for. Yeah.
Okay.
Like 2025, 2026.
And then we're gonna
dualies.
like trick them out and put new
Yeah.
tanks on it.
Sweet.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm at the gallery on your
Okay.
website. So tell me
So it should be.
the first picture here looks like a tank. It's going to take me.
Probably.
Okay,
That's probably it.
Let me do this.
I gotta
All
take
right.
this necklace off. It's literally weighing my neck down.
Go ahead, take it off.
my
All right,
trap
we're
burning.
going to go back to here. Give me just 1 second. We're going to do a screen share. And I think I'll have it. Let's do this and this. Now, y'all tell me.
It looks.
It's going to take a second, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get a better version of it. There we go. All right. When that comes through, you tell me if that's the appropriate tank that we're dealing with here. Uh-oh. I hope that wasn't
What?
it's got a little glitchy. But anyway, so when you first mentioned that about doing the tank, so that's the first place my mind went to.
There it goes.
Is that it right
Yes.
there?
So
Okay.
that
All right.
is a notch tank. So
Okay.
that notch so that's the rear. So the notch is in the back. So that allows for the customer to be able to just directly bolt it in. The holes on the mounts catch the holes that are already in the factory frame.
Okay.
And it's super easy. Like we've done it with the kids, and 20 minutes from delivery to install.
Now that doesn't look like I'm not a designer and I don't weld, but that looks fairly complicated. You came up with that whole deal?
Oh yeah, it's easy for me. That's my
That's your
thing.
That's
Yeah.
One
you
thing
see it.
That's the way your brain works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll learn about him. He's good at everything he does.
Right.
Everything he picks up, he is excellent at it. It's
Because
just the way
he dedicates to it.
Yes,
That's
it's
the man shit right there.
Right.
we say a lot that like one thing that we don't want people to think is oh I made that myself.
Yeah.
And people are like, no
he's
shit.
He's bailing out. Look, he can't handle it. He can't handle it. You're not the champ. He didn't earn it. That's why he can't do it.
It's gonna have
It's
to go
weak.
to the real hard head cat winner.
Yeah. The real winner can hold it up on their back. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
Golly.
But
I'm better now.
you see people make things on their own. You're like, yeah, no shit, you made that on your own. I can tell.
Right.
And that's one
Right.
thing. Like we
It's like a cheap tattoo. You ever have anybody brag about that?
Yeah,
I only
like,
paid $20 for this.
I
did his own.
Bro,
No,
I can tell. It looks like I did.
Yeah, in jail.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was
And that's
free.
one thing. He's very particular about the way he does things. And like our customers, we get a lot of feedback that these things are their artwork. They're
it
really,
does.
really nice.
It looks awesome.
And that's the reason, why we're able to do this full time is because of how meticulous he is on those things.
All right.
Yeah.
So for somebody like me who's not technically skilled in that world, walk me through this tank that we're looking at here. Now you mentioned the notch, so how it fits in and all that, but can you break some shit down for me?
Well, so the other reason a lot of folks are moving the tank out of the cab is they're rebuilding these trucks with newer
Sneakers.
motors.
Oh, okay.
Newer motors, so EFI, electronic fuel injection.
Yes.
So it's harder, one, to put the pumps in those old tanks.
Okay.
Two, they're typically rusted out.
Yeah.
You get a lot of gas vapor in the cab.
Yeah.
So
makes
that's another
sense.
reason why.
Makes sense. Okay.
So what this one here is, so that dip in the center, so that's the spot for the EFI. There's an in-tank pump that drops in right there.
Okay.
And
The blue tape we're looking at, is that tape?
so this is actually a pickup tube one. So this is for a customer who is using mechanical pump on the motor.
Okay.
So it's just like the factory one. It just picks it up, takes it to the motor.
Okay.
Sweet.
The EFI ones, there's a pump that goes in that same spot. And the recess is because there's a cross member on the bed that goes over that. So if it's too high, you can't put your footings on.
Right.
So we drop the tank, or we drop the pump further into the tank to get clearance for that.
All right. Dummy question. So when I'm looking at it here, that black cap, is that where you fill it up? That's where the gas goes?
Yeah. So on this one here, that's a center fill with a cap going directly in the tank. So typically they would cut a hole in the bed.
That's where I was going with
Drop
that.
the
So
tailgate.
you actually put the gas in the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
Fill it up.
So
Okay.
that's not my favorite way to do it.
Right.
But, sometimes
Looks
customers
cool.
want to.
Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, for real. And then the volume of the tank, is the only gas held underneath that black cap, or is that whole thing I'm looking at holds gas?
The whole thing.
Okay, so it's pretty
Big tank.
big
Oh, yeah.
It's
tank.
about 19 gallons.
No, that's
That's
so
a long wheelbase. So that's approximately 20 gallons.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Normal is 19.
we upped it to 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my brand, my 19 Ram is like 25
Yeah.
gallons.
So this is one of the first ones that we built.
Okay.
And we've made revisions since then.
Okay.
Constantly trying to improve them. Everyone installs things, different aftermarket parts. So I try to incorporate as much feedback as I get that I can.
Right.
Yeah. Before we put the cart too far in front of the horse,
Yeah.
how did all this start? How did we get into welding?
And we didn't even get your introduction.
No, you're fine.
We
I'm
went.
Kayla.
We went.
Yeah,
No, it's
yeah,
okay. It's okay.
All right, now we got to roll it back.
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Bring it on back
Let's
in.
start from the beginning.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So Soulless Innovations is me about 15, 16, 17, 18 years ago. I don't know. Something like that. In my garage.
Okay.
It was me and a friend back then. It was two redheads.
That's dangerous.
In the garage building truck stuff. And then so the name came around the South Park episodes where they say
Gingers
have
no
no
soul.
soul.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I wondered where it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the play
I just
on
didn't know
that.
if y'all were, anti-Christian or whatnot.
Don't kid, because we've had phone calls
About that.
Yeah.
People,
Yeah.
why is your name Soulless?
Yeah.
You're in South Mississippi, and where it's like, no, it's not.
We're
You ha-
gingers.
it's
you
not that
have-
important.
You have to joke about stuff like that. Like,
Exactly.
it's just a joke, and I didn't know that part about it. I was going to ask, are two redheads even allowed to work around gasoline?
No, that's
Well, there's only
Maybe.
one redhead now.
Okay, so it's a
Yeah.
good. Okay.
I wasn't building tanks.
I didn't
back
want y'all to
then.
burst into flames or anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you just modding trucks? Or
Yeah, we
working
were
on
just.
trucks?
I was too broke to buy anything for mine, so I
Right.
figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
I'm a YouTube welder, man.
I got you.
Really?
Oh yeah,
No way.
100% watch videos, listen to them, and that's how I learn.
So you have zero
Yeah.
professional training, and you can do
No one mentored you other than YouTube.
Nope.
I'm gonna fly.
Holy
Okay, keep going,
smokes.
Joey. Look,
Well,
I'm gonna play. I'm gonna.
No one in person. I've got
that's-
an online mentor.
Yeah.
His name is Mark Winchester out in California. Basically, just send photos back and forth on Instagram.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
pretty much
hey,
the
fix
same
this,
thing
try
that I'm
that.
saying. Like you YouTube it over the phone, whatever. Nobody was standing right
No,
there
no.
helping you.
No, it was all a whole bunch of not nice stuff.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
To
but
get
that's
nice.
how you learn, dude. I mean,
I'm guessing you didn't start on aluminum.
right.
The very first aluminum one that I welded, I quit for about a year.
You just like
Really?
this.
This
bullshit.
can't do it.
Yeah, yeah. There you go, right there. Tell us what we're looking at.
So this is the newer version where we gained some capacity by raising that recess. We'd noticed that that recess was too deep.
Okay,
Not too deep, but it was deeper than it needed to be.
there you go.
So we lifted it up 2 inches, gained an extra like half-gallon capacity.
Which is significant.
And then, so that right there is the flat plate. It's 1/4 inch, 50-52 aluminum.
Okay.
And then the fuel pump hat or pickup tube hat will bolt onto that with a gasket.
Damn. I'm impressed with the weld. And I'm not a welder, but I do know what like good welds look like. My dad is a welder by trade. And I never learned it, but like aluminum, I've always heard is super not easy to weld, right?
It's really easy now. Well, I say
You're an expert.
I say that there's
What the learning curve though was
the learning curve is
legit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It took me about, let's see, I've been doing it for 18. I probably started 2 or 3 years after. So about 12 years of welding, and I've only gotten pretty decent in the last 4.
Really?
Yeah. 4 or 5, yeah.
And how, okay, let's do it like this. You started welding what? The first steel?
Yeah, steel, just your normal MIG.
Normal stuff. What was the learning curve there? And in 12
pretty,
months, you
yeah,
were good,
pretty easy.
pretty, okay.
Just turn it hot and burn it in.
Burn it in, yeah. Grind it down. What is it? I'm not a good, there's a saying, I'm not a good welder, but I know how to, I can grind it out or something like that. I can't remember what it is. Andrew says it. Anyway, so you did that for a while, and then you go to aluminum, try it, and you're like, to hell with this, and you leave it for a year.
Yeah, probably about a year.
You're like, it whooped you that bad. You're like, no, I'm not dealing with this.
No, like you said, most things I pick up pretty quick,
right?
And that one just whooped me.
It whooped you.
And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. What were you doing in that meantime? What were
Just
you?
the same stuff. I was just mostly
Still modding trucks.
Yeah. I bought a CNC plasma table back then, a little 4 foot by 4 foot table. Basically a toy by today's standards.
Right.
I bought it. I made artwork. I did trophies. I did whatever I could do to get the name out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did the love for trucks and working on trucks come from? Childhood, your dad, a family member, a YouTube video? What was it?
I think it's just seeing the like scraping the coast in the early day. That's kind of where I got mine.
Okay.
Like my whole dream growing up was to be a car designer for some reason.
I
and
there's badass. I used to get. Did you ever get the Trucks magazine? Remember Truckin' or Trucks?
I
used to get that all the time, and I just would look at them things like they'd slam some of them. Something is like I was just always blown away. It was like art to me. Yeah, I just never got into working.
I didn't get. So I got a few. I never really
got big in the
magazines.
You were a doer. I was a watcher.
Doer.
Yeah, I was a watcher.
So like we would go to car shows and stuff, and I would purposely never take photos of cars and trucks mods that I liked. Because if I took a photo, I went back home to do it, I would copy it.
Yeah,
that's a good approach. That's an artistic approach
versus being inspired by it. And you know, doing my version of it.
Yeah,
when we got back.
I like that.
You said you got in the lowriders, huh?
Yeah, I'm into lowriders
all the time. I'm bagging them out, dropping them.
Yeah, I got a 2005 Nissan Titan. It's bagged on. Right. It was on 26s.
Wow.
The big wheels are annoying after a while. It's a pain in the butt.
I remember the old school Daytons when everybody used to have them, you know, so the little bitty spinners.
Not on a Titan though, huh?
No. I'm talking about just all the lowriders used to have
like a hard body back then, or an S10.
Mazdas,
yeah. Chevrolet S10 was my first one.
Really? What'd you do to it?
Oh man,
everything.
Yes, it was a step side. I changed it from step side to fleet side.
Okay.
And then I bought I did save up and buy a bag kit for the rear of it.
All right.
And I bought a bag kit off the front for the front of it from a local guy. And I went home and installed it with just literally airbags and some airline. I didn't know the rest of it. I installed it, and then my truck sit on the ground. Like, oh,
you're like, why is this working?
Shit, how do I get it?
Right. Like, we have a problem here. We got to figure this out.
I think my old boss back then had a spare, like DeWalt twin cylinder house air compressor.
Okay.
So I threw that thing in the bed.
Did it work? Did it work? Okay.
I got like two or three.
Job done.
I got 2 or 3 lifts, and then it was had to find a 120 outlet.
Got to recharge it real quick.
Yeah, that's good shit though. That's what they call learning on the job, or trial by fire, or just like being so passionate about something that you're like, I'm not going to let the fact that I don't know what I'm doing stop me from doing it.
I'm going to find a way to do it. But where do you fall into this?
So Martin and I met, and so we worked together. I worked in the engineering department. I was a designer at Halter.
Okay.
So I went back to school and got my 3D drafting and design degree, and I got hired at Halter, and he and I met there, and I thought he was the finest thing I'd ever seen. So
okay, that's what I'm talking about.
That little ginger,
got him.
Got him.
Yeah, he was intimidating. And I liked that. He was the only one confident and intimidating.
Yeah.
So I would have to go around. So I worked in functional design, so 2D design. So with the ships, they have somebody who lays out everything, where the bed's going to be, where the nameplates for the doors are going to be. That's what I did. He modeled. So he would model 3D, 3-dimensionally, and place all these things in there. So we worked in the same department and structure, but he was 3D, I was 2D.
Okay, so like the difference between a house plan,
Sure, yes.
and then like
a Revit design. Like
what that means.
So Revit's a program. It's just a 3D design.
Okay.
So if you want like renderings and stuff,
Right.
somebody has to 3D model everything for that.
That makes sense to me.
So I would have to go to him. He would have to sign off on my drawings, and he'd be like, "No, this is spelled wrong. Go fix it." And I don't know. That was I loved it. I like that.
Authority.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go
And,
use spell check. Now.
yeah, go use that. That's wrong.
Yeah.
No, but he and I started dating back then, and then so 2022, he went full time at the shop.
Yep, quit the shipyard.
So he quit the shipyard. Before that, I left Halter. I worked for an architect firm at the time when he left full time. I lost that job because they wanted an architect. They didn't want a designer. I wasn't an architect.
Okay.
And I came to him crying. What am I going to do? I need a job. I'm a very independent person. I like to have my own money. My dad taught me to be that way.
Right.
And he said, "Well, just come work for me." And I said, "Well,
How long had you been working only for you that moment?
5 months.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was quick.
Let's stop
smokes.
right here. Was business that you were doing ready for another employee, or was there ulterior motives to get her to come work with you?
I was just
Or a little bit of both?
come work for me while you look for a job. And
Okay.
And that
basically-
was the intention. Like, I never thought that I would become what I am now. It was kind of like, hey, I can find you a place here if that's what you want to do. And so I was still looking at shipyard jobs, looking at Ingalls, looking at, all those other places because, independence is important to me.
Right.
Right.
And, but then slowly, so we had another employee, our good friend, Matt Lawson, worked with us. So he did most of the steel side. So we sell wholesale to LMC trucking.
Yeah.
So we build their bumper brackets and cab mounts, and we've done a few other things for them. But that was actually the shot for him to be able to leave Halter. They got I think we got a $30,000 order from them. And that was like, okay, because one thing we talked about before he left Halter full time, because it was insurance. We have 2 kids.
Yeah.
And, that was a big thing. Like, what are we going to do? And I told him, I was like, I believe in you. Go ahead and quit now while you're on good terms with everybody, because I know how that happens. You get tired of working where you're working and you're preoccupied somewhere else. You're going to start making mistakes. You're going to start getting pissed people off and things like that. So I said, just leave now. Everybody loves you. They'd hire him back today.
Yeah.
That's how good he was.
Yeah.
And I said, give it till December. And if December comes
6
around
months.
and we don't make any money and we can't afford to do the things that we want to do, go back to work. It is what it is. Let's try it.
Right.
I don't want to be 50, 60 years old
With
thinking
regret.
like, damn, I wish I
took
would
that
have really
jump.
done this
Yeah.
and did that. And that was important to me. And for him to have that opportunity to go and do that. And then when I lost my job the week of cruising the coast that year.
The biggest week of the year.
Yeah, the biggest week of the year.
Yeah.
Which I worked in downtown
Perfect
Ocean
timing.
Springs,
Yeah.
so I wasn't upset. And what am I going to do? My parents are upset. Like, wow, we did all this for you to have a good job, and now you're going to go work at this shop with your boyfriend. We weren't married then. And,
Yes, Mom.
yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
You
But I love him,
Oh, and I
Mom.
have to apologize to your mom for us being late.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I was
Don't
sorry.
tell her you're sorry.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
All right.
But so I left. I came to the shop crying. What am I going to do? And he's like, just work for me for a little bit. And the full intention was that I would go do something else.
But y'all were dating at that time.
Yes.
That's what I meant about ulterior motives.
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah,
y'all were
yeah.
dating at the time. I
Yes,
thought,
no, we were
We'll figure it out.
we were fully dating
Okay,
at
all right,
Halter.
gotcha,
And so I started bending things on the press break, and I handled shipping and answered the phones and did that thing. So at that time we had Matt working with us as well. So Matt Lawson did most of our steel work. So he was a great MIG welder, and he's very popular in the F100 world, the lowered F100 world.
Okay.
So he was kind of like he said earlier when we got here, he doesn't love the cameras and all that stuff.
Yeah, he don't want the fame.
Yeah. So Matt kind of did all that. Matt's great. We love Matt.
Okay. Matt
got an opportunity to go work out in Texas, making hand over fist money. And we kind of slowed down at the time.
Okay.
And this was 2024.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Matt left us in June. And then, so Matt was doing router, so all of our aluminum is cut through a router, CNC router.
Mm-hmm.
And, I never thought about welding. I didn't think about material. I didn't think about fuel tanks. These are things that I just did not think about.
Makes sense.
And, I enjoyed the shipping part of it and stuff like that. And then it became a necessity, like, hey, you have to figure out your way to do this. I'll teach you how to do it.
Made a spot there.
You can do this. It's fine.
What is this?
So routing, doing the router. Now I don't weld.
Okay.
I don't weld. I can design. I don't really like it. I don't really want to.
Most people are too slow for me to watch.
Yeah. And
I'm not a great trainer.
I'll tell you a
Honestly,
story.
I love that.
On the design.
Just get out the way. I'll do it.
Scoot over. Yeah. Because that does take a skill to be able to train somebody.
It does. And
Patience and.
so when Matt left, there was an opportunity where, I had to do these things, and I enjoy it. I enjoy being with my husband every day. I love him. He's my best friend. It was a thing that, when I was working at the other jobs, I'm racing home to get home and say, oh, so somebody called the shop today. What did they want?
Right.
Or, oh, I got some bumper brackets to box. I'll do that. Don't worry about that. I enjoyed that part of it.
Right.
And so then I started doing those things that Matt was doing before, and then it just kind of became he and I doing it. So he welds and designs, and I cut with a CNC router. I cut with the CNC plasma. I clean everything. I bend everything. I ship everything. I answer the phones. I manage the cafeteria. I'm accounting. I do all of it, and I enjoy it. You don't realize what you're missing out on until you have the opportunity to do those things.
Is it a situation where it doesn't feel like work because you like it so much?
Yes,
that kind of thing?
and really, now don't get me wrong. I don't want to go work for nobody else.
Right.
I enjoy doing it. A big part for us, and especially with him going out on his own, is we have two small kids. So we have a daughter who's 10 and we have a son who'll be 8 in a couple weeks.
Okay.
And in the beginning, now they're my stepchildren. They're his biological children.
Okay.
And a big thing for us is, wanting to be there for awards and wanting to be there for karate and dance. And we haven't missed a field trip or anything.
Dude, that's huge.
In years.
That's huge.
Can't get that back.
Yeah. On the days that we have them, we're done at the shop at 2:00. We go pick them up from school. We go home. We do homework, karate. And that was very important to us is to be there for them. And then we fish a lot too. So we're
gonna get into that.
We get to the shop and we're like, shit, everything's caught up. Well, let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing.
Put the boat in the water.
Yeah.
It's living the lifestyle, being able to enjoy every single day. We go to work and you're working to put food on your table, to take your kids on a vacation, and that was very important to us is to be able to do those things.
Yeah. You got something?
No, I was going to say the contracts you talked about. How did you get that very first contract?
Same thing I was going to ask you. Yes, we're on the
How
same
did you
page.
snag that?
So we make cab mounts and bumper brackets for the Fords, and noticed that there wasn't anyone online selling them except for us. No one else made them. And then I just had an idea. Well, I wonder if I can get into LMC truck. So I just started Googling and Facebook stalking, and then I found out that a guy named Keith ran the Ford parts department.
Dixon, I think is his
Keith
last
Dixon,
name.
yeah. So he did the Ford part department at LMC.
Right.
So I reached out to him through email, and then I waited for a week or two, tried to go the professional route.
Yeah.
Never heard nothing back. So then I stalked him on Facebook. I found him on Facebook and sent him a message.
Absolutely.
And he actually responded back to me, and then we started conversating and sent them some test pieces to check out, see if they liked them, see if there's any improvements they wanted, and they liked them. And it was about a 6 or 7 months worth of paperwork to get into
to be a contractor.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you did all that process, you're still working for the company?
I still worked at Halter.
Yeah.
Okay. But you already had this in your head about it's your passion, it's your hobby outside of work, right? But you're like, let me just see if I can get a contract doing something that I know is missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just bring in revenue.
Right. Like a little side money, something.
It was side money back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
But was it in your head though that like, I want to leave here and do this full time?
That was
That
was the goal. And when people or other businesses say now is the time, like there's never a right time to do it.
Correct.
You don't see it until you see it.
Yeah. And it's probably one of the things like high insight too, right?
Oh,
like you maybe didn't know you were going to jump off the bridge yet because it's kind of a gradual process, right? Like I'm sure when you got that order from LMC Trucks, you're like, oh, I'm kind of a little bit official now, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know what you mentioned the order, I think, but like that's an accomplishment.
Yeah, it was 30,000. It was enough to
That's not nothing.
to push me.
Yeah. That's not.
I was like, all right, we can run through this. If nothing else sells in the next 6 months, this money will last us 6 months. I can say I tried it.
Correct.
Yeah. I can go back and make it a side hustle. And
then also during that time, so it was about the same time, that's when he designed the notch tank that we were just looking at.
That was my next question.
And so he designed that, and he just kind of threw it out on Facebook on the groups and stuff and said, hey, we have this tank. Would anybody like to pre-order?
yeah, I did a pre-order.
And say like, okay,
Smart,
let's
Smart.
get 10 to 15 pre-orders and we'll build those, and then the market will come, hopefully after that. And it just took off instant.
I expected it to take 2 or 3 months to fill. I think it was 20 is what I started out with. And I expected it to take 2 or 3 months to fill that pre-order.
Right.
I'd mentioned I'm not going to build any until all of them.
Correct.
Yeah,
and money up front.
And it was, that's how we do.
Yeah. we might have learned a thing or two on that one. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So it was less than a week they were all sold. I was like, oh shit, might be onto something here.
Mm-hmm. And you're throwing those out in Facebook groups, I'm assuming at the time, like to get the word out, and you're already in that community, so you already you're juiced in, right?
Yep. So Matt, so where the Ford parts came from, he bought an old Ford that was headed to the scrapyard, and then basically he's going to these Ford truck shows, and then he just wanted to do things of his.
Mm-hmm.
One was put a bumper on the back of his truck, and then he couldn't find any aftermarket bumper brackets. All he could find was stock ones that were rusted to hell.
Yeah, like from a junkyard or something like that. Or okay.
And they're hard to find.
Yeah, why can't you not find what y'all are making?
Because that wasn't a popular bumper back then, I think.
Okay.
And then they are now, because they're most of these trucks aren't going to be real trucks. They're show trucks.
They're show trucks. Yeah.
They want to make them look nice.
They trailer them to shows and stuff, not driving them.
So he bought a pair of bumper brackets at a swap meet for $400 of these factory old rusted out pieces of junk.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, shit, I can make those.
Okay.
So, and then the other thing is a lot of those. So the bumper's like this far off the bed, and it's a huge unsightly
gap. Yes, that's kind of how the things were back then, right?
Yeah. So we made our bracket, tuck the bumper in, so it's real close to the bed, but a quarter inch off. It looks cleaner.
Yeah,
and that was another big hit.
Damn. Wow. What do you think was the deal with people not making that because the demand was there, and then B, also with the tanks? Like, why were you the first guy to do it? Like, what do you think in hindsight now?
I don't know if I was the first guy. Like I'm new to the Ford stuff, but I don't know why.
So you think somebody else did a notch tank before you?
They might have done something similar, one-offs, and
maybe their design wasn't great. Maybe they didn't want to build them full time. Maybe they didn't have the skills. I mean, I'm spitballing.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Okay. I don't know either.
I don't know.
I'm just glad they didn't.
They weren't there. I'm sure trying to go around that notch is, on a design standpoint, it's kind of hard to do for people who don't have.
I was going to say your technical background though too, right? Helped, right? What you're already doing. So
he was dreaming about ways literally to figure this out at nighttime. He's like, I dreamed all night about how to fix this problem.
Dude, and that to me though is like that's my favorite part of the story. Yeah. When you're so engulfed with something that doesn't even make you money yet or whatever, and you're
losing sleep over it.
I bet when you started, it was more. I just love these things than it was. I'm going to make a living off of it, especially when you first started. No,
I want to make a living.
Okay.
He went in on it.
The passion started first, though.
So I wanted to be a car designer.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not coast.
Right.
Boats are on the coast.
Yeah.
Back in my early, when I was younger, boats they meant nothing to me. Ships meant nothing to me.
Right.
But if you want to be in design, you go into boats. So
okay, you're like, I'm not doing that.
So I went to Trinity Yachts. That was my first one.
Yeah.
And then I was a secretary there. And then
We all got to start somewhere, dude.
I went there on the interview. They went, well, what do you want to do? I said, I don't care. Put me in engineering. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
We got a spot for you.
2 weeks later, it was
and give me a coffee while you're
Yes,
at it.
you're the lead engineering phone receptionist.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
pretty much. They had a fancier title, document control.
I like that. You can say that at a party. People are like, this guy's doing it.
He knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he's doing. He's going to be somebody.
He probably makes $18 an
That's
hour.
right. He's
He knows where all the documents are.
they have to go through him to get the documents. He's very important.
Yeah.
That's killer. So you the tank, put it out there, fills up in a week.
Yeah, the pre-order
is in
about
a
a week. Yeah.
All right. Then is it like, oh shit, this is awesome, or it's like, oh shit, now I got to get to work and build these things?
Both. Yeah.
Both. Yeah.
You already had the tools.
Yeah.
Already had material on site. So now it goes back to just knocking them out.
And he's
right?
got the other order for the 30,000
The
order.
timelines are kind of smushed. I can't remember if the tanks were.
You can lie. Nobody knows.
They
Just lie.
were about the same time.
Yeah,
I think so. I got that job at the architect firm in April, and you had not left yet. And so, but I'm pretty sure that tank stuff started in June. Now, it all happened in about the same 2
you're
months.
right.
They were
Yeah.
very, very.
So it was a whirlwind of shit that was going on at that time.
There's an all Ford show up in Grand.
It's in Pigeon Forge.
It's in
the
Pigeon Forge.
Grand,
Okay. Grand National F100
I
show.
love it up there.
And that's where Matt got the brackets for the bumper and all that back. So we went there first with 10 sets of cab mounts, 10 sets of bumper brackets, and we were.
I bet they ate it up.
And we sold out.
So that was the outside one, huh?
Yeah, that was the outside
Yeah. So
one.
the first year,
And that was I had one notch tank on display that we brought up. We brought a whole chassis. We bolted the tank in there on a car trailer, out in the swap meet area.
Smart.
And then we had a Academy pop-up tent selling these bumper brackets and cab mounts.
and then that was the first year, and then the second year I was working, so we all three of us went up, and we had 2 booths, and we had it all set up. We ordered the fancy Soulless Innovations background.
Oh yeah, we
things
got it.
and
We
all
got it.
that.
We got it.
And then the third year, oh my God, we got 4 booths. So every year
Just
we
growing.
were doing
Got bigger.
better. It got
Okay.
bigger and bigger. And it was like, holy shit, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Look at how good this booth looks. Oh my God.
Yeah, the
We're
third year
kind
we
of
brought,
a big deal.
Yeah.
I think we brought 3 tanks. So that one notch tank evolved into the notch tank for the short wheelbase trucks. And then the long wheelbase guy started calling. So now there's a notched long wheelbase.
Okay.
And then there's guys that they've already cut that cross member out for whatever solution they had before.
Right.
So I made another version that didn't have the notch. It's the same tank, just no notch.
Okay. To everybody.
So
Yeah.
it's
You,
just
you
more,
need a notch? We got it. You don't need a notch? We
Yeah.
got that.
And
Cut
that-
the cross member out. We don't care. Sell.
That third one was originally to the only thing that's different between those tanks and the notch tanks is it doesn't get bent. The top doesn't get bent. It comes
Right.
off the router and it gets welded on. And that was originally our cheaper version.
option.
It was a
Less-
cheaper option, but the price of Lunar nowadays is about the same option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everything's stupid expensive nowadays.
yeah, I made a post this morning, 65% our material costs is up from the same time last year.
How do you as a business deal with that?
A lot of it, and this is too something I think a lot of people have issues with. We talked to some other small businesses. They have an issue with charging what they're worth.
Correct.
Yes.
And they sell themselves short a lot of the
Yes,
time.
right.
And when I think, when he was first starting out, it was more like, I don't know, 400
Because you don't
$400?
because you don't
Yeah,
know,
so,
right?
yeah.
You don't know.
You've
Yeah.
never priced your work before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm great at making things.
Right.
The business side is a learning curve.
Yeah, and when I was in high school, I worked at Burnham Drugs in Gaucher, and they tell you, okay, the base price for if there's one pill put in a bottle, this is the base price, $10.
Okay.
And I asked my boss, I'm like, that's expensive. Like I did the math on this. This one pill cost 0.0035 of a cent. And then that's when he explained it. He's like, yeah, but I have to pay you to do that. I have to pay for the electricity. I have to pay for the rent. I have to pay for that bottle. I have to pay for that cap. I have to pay for the sticker. I got to pay for the bag that it goes
Overhead.
in. I got to pay for the printer that it prints on. I got to pay for the program software to do that. And so when
Not to mention the building, the land, the insurance, the
Exactly.
taxes,
all of that
yeah.
stuff. And so, one of the most important lessons I learned in life was one of those things and what goes into making a product and how you
Right.
should price those things. And so when I came on full time, That's when I asked him, I'm like, we should be breaking down all of this, what it takes to make a tank. So if a sheet of aluminum, we need 2 sheets of aluminum to make 3 tanks. Okay, how much is that? Add that up. Okay, then you have, you know, the caps that go on it. You have the hardware that's included. You have the box it's shipped in. You have to pay me to route it and to bend it and to ship it. You have to pay him to weld it. The consumables that come with welding, like all that costs money, and that has to be accounted for. It can't just be, you know, I don't know, $550.
Right.
Let's do it.
This is what I think it should cost.
Yeah.
Or this is what I feel comfortable telling.
You're my buddy. I'll give
Yeah.
it to you for $500.
Not around here.
Right.
Not around here.
Yeah. No, we ain't
Not
doing
around
that.
here.
We ain't doing that. Yeah.
And so that's when, you know, we sat down, we made an Excel sheet and put, you know, what each line item that cost money and said, okay, what do we want to make on top of that?
Correct.
What keeps our kids fed? What keeps us going to Disney every year?
Yes.
What do we need to be happy with what we're doing? And that's where the prices come from. It's not just because we get a lot of y'all could charge $5,000 for this. It's like, yeah, but we make money and we're satisfied.
Right.
And this is for the average person. It's not for, we get some influencers that'll message him and be like, hey, I'm working on a build. And they want a free tank.
Right.
What they want. But to me, that's not very fair. We have a father and son in Mississippi who they've bought 2 tanks from us. I've sent them shirts and all kind of stuff. Nice people. And they have saved up a year to buy 1 tank for his son. And then the next year he called and he wanted to place an order and he's like, we saved up all year for this other one. How is it fair that the people who have the funds, who have this huge, I got 500,000, I don't give a shit. What you got?
Yeah. I like your response.
Those people who are saving up, and we are very aware that our tanks, they're a luxury. You don't need this. You could go buy an $80 tank, plastic tank from LMC. That's all they need. This is a luxury item. This is something that people save up for. They beg their wives to spend the money on. Yeah. And that's, it's, to me, that's not fair to those people that they have to pay.
I like that philosophy.
It's just not, like you see all the celebrities like, oh, I got gifted this. You are the only people in this world that can afford that. Yeah. And the average people can't.
I respect that. And I think that's why you're good people and that shows. And that's a great philosophy to have. I do. But I will push back just a little bit to say that, whether you buy a commercial on television or a radio ad, if it's the right amount of followers, and it does suck. I don't even like saying that out loud.
Eyes on the prize.
If they got 2 million followers, I hate that, but it is the truth. But it's your business at the end of the day. You don't have to do shit, but there is a trade there that they may not be paying with dollars, but if they put it in front of 2 million people or whatever it algorithmically breaks down to, there is a trade there.
I can't agree with that. So he's an Everlast affiliate. So he does Everlast welders. No, yeah, no, I wish.
Explain what that is.
Yes,
we have no clue.
Okay.
No, we don't.
So Everlast is a brand of welders. Okay, you have Miller, you have Lincoln, you have Fronius.
Okay,
and Everlast is another.
So that's
brand.
the machine.
That's the machine.
Okay, there we go.
Now, sorry.
I didn't know if it was a national association.
Yeah, I thought that was some kind of certification you got or something like that. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
No,
now we've caught up to
you. So we're an affiliate of them, and they sent us the welders to use that we use now.
Okay.
And just
so you get it.
I
do appreciate the passion.
Yeah,
though, with, respecting your customer
I understand
base.
that there is a space for that, for those things, and I mean the people that it helps, businesses who do, and they, I love Taylor Swift, so I see the small companies sending the. I don't want to hear about it.
I'm not going to say
she's a
Thank
Swiftie.
you.
I'm not going to
Thank
say
you.
anything. I'm not.
But
she's ruining the NFL. Keep going.
Get a grip. Oh, come on.
You want to talk about a mutually beneficial thing though? Like the NFL has her there. They don't cut to her on camera because it ain't benefiting them.
Exactly.
I can tell you what didn't benefit me last year was Travis Kelce because he didn't do anything.
No, but you know how many jerseys he sold because of just that first year?
We don't give a shit about
I know y'all don't because y'all are in I'm not going to be rude.
I don't either.
We don't care. But I do see the influence of those things. You see like, oh, I built this purse I'm a one person seamstress and I sewed this jacket and I'm going to try and I'm going to get it to her. And then, she wears it and they're like, I have 14,000 orders for this thing. Like
Correct.
I do see the benefit for it, but we're doing okay enough that we cannot afford to send you a $1,200 tank for free on the hopes that you might shout us out. No.
Right.
We need money.
Right.
We need money just as much as everybody else.
The other part
money.
is just me and her right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're the only two people.
That's good.
And I'm the only one welding the tanks up.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I haven't tried to hire, but it's just finding the
All right.
I bet that's difficult because
finding the quality.
Yeah, the job you do, how many people can do that? I mean, there's a lot
Vincent.
of aluminum welders. But yeah, Vincent. Can do it, yeah, but
That's
to
the only
do
one I
that, Yeah, that's tough. You don't get just some Joe Smo off the street and say, "Hey, weld this," and it comes out like that.
What do you think? Just I'm assuming I'm assuming you've looked. Like, would you rather have somebody that can already do that, or are you willing to find someone who is maybe in the middle of learning that, or do you want a complete clean slate? Like, what would you? You take what you can get.
Business wise, if they can weld something close to this,
right,
or better,
right,
or better,
right. That's great because they walk in day one and they
walk in day
one.
We don't make enough money for me to pay some. I'm not Ingalls. I can't pay you to learn to do this.
I ain't got that much time.
Yep.
I
Understood.
I don't have the.
You need that hungry, like 18 to 20-year-old who's going to be like, "Don't pay me nothing. Let me sleep on the floor, or give me a sandwich at lunch and I'll learn."
Yeah. Well, a couple years ago, I reached out to MGCCC at their welding program and said, like, "Hey, we're a small business. We need a welder, but like we're willing to work with a college student to come in." They emailed and said, "Oh, hey, this sounds great. We'll be in contact." And I haven't heard anything since.
That's
so
tough.
it's
tough.
If it was, and we've had his nephews, we've had come in and say, "Hey, and are you interested in doing this?"
Right.
And nothing's ever gone anywhere.
Y'all don't know this part, but Joey and I have talked about it on the show 1,000 times. I think you were talking about it even before we went live about what you do. Retell the story, Joey, about Ingalls, all these businesses reaching out to you, trying to poach your students from school. Yeah,
it's a career tech program. It's everywhere. Ingalls, Chevron, any of that stuff. Literally, a guy walks in and he's begging me. He's like, "Who can I get? Who can I get?" He goes,
from his students.
Yeah, he's like, "I don't care if they can't tie their shoes."
Right.
Two things: I need them to show up to work. I need them to pass a drug test. That's everything else. We can train them.
Yeah,
we can do everything else. Yeah, and then people just can't do that.
I mean, throw the numbers out. You've said it before on the show, and these are old numbers from probably 22. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember, but like the $1 an hour for a graduating high school student that they were willing to pay.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's outrageous.
It's crazy.
I'm talking about unskilled labor that they will train.
I think they start out at
$20 an hour,
$24, $25, and you're in free school and you get paid. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. And Joey was having a problem getting students to willing to commit to it.
Oh, really?
Well, because
blows my mind.
It's a dirty job, anything with your hand.
No,
I'm serious.
No.
Because everybody wants their kid to go to college. I want my baby to go to college and be a doctor or a lawyer or any of this BS.
That's fine. And I ended up going that certain route. But what I'm saying is that, like, if you're not like a school student kind of person, right?
Yeah.
Be honest with yourself.
And the ones that he was dealing with, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. They can't really read, but they can really read a tape measure. That's what we need.
But,
you know what I'm saying?
But a lot of them were turning that down.
I know.
To me, that's just like, bro, you're so young, you don't even know what you don't know. Like, you need to take that.
Right.
Yeah, these old people on this job have forgot more than you know.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I'm saying, like, if somebody's willing to give you $20 an hour right out of high school, and they're going to train, like you just said, that you as a small business can't afford.
I can't afford.
You can't afford that.
that.
Like, and you're gonna unless you got some other option, like we don't know about, you getting drafted D1, or you going to the NFL. None of you was doing that, or you got a rich ass grandma that's about to die and give you a bunch of money. I don't understand what you're doing.
The trades are dying, unfortunately.
They are.
There's a big push. There was a push years ago to try to get the trades back up. Mississippi Small Business trying to get the welding stuff. AI can't turn a wrench.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
We've had that discussion
AI
a lot
can't
of
weld.
times.
AI can knock a lot of people's jobs out, but I guarantee you AI can't do that. Now, it might be able to program a robot to do it, but it
Shit,
can't
they
do
got the
that.
robots, but you got to have 250,000 for
Yeah.
one robot. Then you got to buy all the shit that you got to do on top of it.
That's right. That's
and
right.
someone has to watch the bot.
It's not
Correct.
feasible for somebody like us or like him starting out in his garage. It's like, well, let me get a loan for $150,000 robot.
Right.
I'll figure this out.
And none of those robots, as of 2026, while we record this, are there yet
No.
for like full autonomy. I mean, they got robots that can weld like manufacture.
We went
on
to
cardboard.
Fab Tech in Chicago in
Mhm.
September, and the shit they got out there.
It's crazy.
Nuts.
The
Yes.
robots are doing
Ow.
No, they are. They can do
Rage.
backflips. They can get
Those robots can do every single job that I do. Besides answer the phone. That's about it. You ain't gonna have no old man talking to
Right.
AI. But I mean, they have robots that
Please press
will.
one.
You got to have a person.
Shut up, robot.
Yeah, you got to have a person to lay the material out in a certain spot.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I was going to
he
push
could
back.
do that shit. He
Yeah.
could do that.
Or you mean lay the thing out?
Lay,
Yeah.
you,
and
all you got to do lay this material right out here. You have a robot with suction cups that comes in, picks it up, puts it in the press brake. They check the angle on it.
Okay.
If the
Yeah,
angle doesn't
wow.
match,
They'll
they
rebend
rebend
it.
that shit. You have robots that can pull material off of the things, put it where it's supposed to go. You have a robot that comes and bends it, and then you can set it up and have a robot that welds it all together.
Could an unskilled labored person do what you were saying he would do in that
Yeah.
scenario?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Now-
that's the scary part. Whenever the
Yeah.
unskilled person can slip in and be the human supervisor because they're doing all the
Mhm.
skilled labor part, it's coming. I think I don't know. I'm not like a tech guy, but I like
Terminator.
you stole my joke.
Terminator.
You stole my joke because once we get there, then it's the Terminator and we're all screwed
Well,
anyway.
you have
So
all those
She
things,
thinks,
but
she thanks her AI every time she asks.
oh,
for
I
something.
thank Siri.
No.
You're
Thank
not
you,
the
girl.
only one.
Thanks, girl. Don't
me
kill
and my
me.
wife have this conversation all
Don't
the
kill me in
time.
50 years.
I'll tell her, I was like, I asked ChatGPT, blah, 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 blah. It's this whole thing, like this whole, like, I thought it was a cool story. And at the end, she goes, well, did you thank it? I'm like, yes, I thanked it, of course. But like, I
Yeah.
wanted you to hear my story. But yes, I did think because I don't want to die first.
No, I don't. Leave me.
Right.
I can serve you. Look, I serve
Right.
him. I can do that
That's
too.
right.
Yeah.
Right. We'll
What you
figure something
need?
out.
You bring him
That's right.
coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
Donuts.
The robot. We don't like coffee.
Yeah, here's some oil.
Whatever.
Yeah. Give it some oil.
Nice.
And then, but the thing, I think that yes, will that happen with these types of things? Fuel tanks, big business is going to come in. But when you have, like, we do a small percentage of local business. People come by and need something welded. People come by and need something cut. That is. Robots are not going to replace that.
Right.
Robots are not going to replace us going to Yule's
Yeah.
every other weekend because we love their boiled shrimp
I
and
was going to say
margaritas.
to eat shrimp and drink or to
Yeah.
Eat shrimp
weld.
and drink is the original.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're not going to replace I need this fix, and yeah, we can fix that. We'll come by Wednesday and come pick it up, and
That's
then we'll
right.
drop it off on Thursday. No problem.
Yeah.
They're not going to replace that, and that I don't see that's going to happen. The small business, the old man who comes by who is an engineer 50 years ago, and he just wants to chit chat and talk, but also wants his part cut. Yeah, we can do that. You're not going to lose that. You're no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was ignoring the comments. We've been talking, chatting it up. But Josh, thanks for the comment. What up, fellas? He said, let's see here. Michael Woods said, love the show. We appreciate that, man. And go Gulf Coast Raiders. That was a few episodes ago. We appreciate that. I feel like this is another Gulf Coast Raiders because I see a pirate flag. I don't know.
that's it.
And Marcus McDavid. He said it's the redfish killers.
Yeah,
Should we transition?
Segue.
Yeah,
Right.
segue into
Yeah.
that. I mean, I had a few more
Segue.
robot questions, but we'll just go ahead
Yeah,
and go.
let's go. Let's
So
talk about fishing.
Tell us how y'all got involved in what I would consider like our little world here with the fishing community.
So fishing originally. So I have 8 older brothers.
Oh,
so
boy.
my brothers have owned
Your
shrimp
parents.
boats. Oh,
we should
yeah.
do a whole episode on them.
Yeah, you should.
Yes,
You should.
yes.
So my parents are much older, so I was definitely much of a surprise.
Are you the youngest?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Only child.
So yeah, I was raised an only child.
With 8, that's a good one.
So
That's a good one.
my mom had 4 kids from a previous marriage. My dad had 4 kids from a previous marriage. They got married. They had me.
Oh,
my
you
youngest,
you tied
bonus.
it all together,
Bonus
though, baby.
child.
my
Yeah.
youngest brother is 19 years older than I am.
Okay.
So I lived at home alone.
Yes, you
Just
did.
me,
You
but I had all the brothers. Like I have nieces and nephews who are older than I am.
Right.
And so, you know, I'd been fishing before, and, you know, I've had boyfriends, but that was more of a, you know, this is for me and my boys. Me and my boys are going fishing.
Right.
You're going to stay here and do whatever girls do. And then when he and I started dating, and he was like, you know, he was borrowing his dad's little John boat, and he's like,
Oh yeah, 19-foot John boat.
That's what I'm talking about.
you
how it
want
starts,
to go
baby.
fishing with? Would you go fishing with me on my John boat? I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah, I'll go
I got
fishing with you on
brothers.
your John boat.
Yeah.
And, you know, he just started showing me what to do and how to do it. And I caught a bass about that big, hooked, done, over
how it
with.
goes.
When are we going?
Yep.
I'm talking all day like, ooh, let's go off the beach and this, and let's go do this. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love
He's
it.
sitting over here. Like, you got it going on, dude.
Oh.
Do you understand that? Like, she's down to work with him, running the shop with him,
fishing
loves to
with
fish
him.
with him. Like,
Yeah, 24.
I hope there's some people listening to this that are mad at you
Oh,
They might be.
in a jealous way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
We
they're
gotta go on.
jealous of them on those welding
That was a
websites.
compliment to the booth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where'd you start your fishing career at?
about the same time. So me and when we first started dating, it was me and my buddy Matt. We'd go fishing on the John boat, and then I started inviting
Then
her.
Matt got uninvited. Yeah. All of a
We
sudden,
let-
there ain't room on the boat for
We
Matt.
let Matt come sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. That's
All right,
respectable.
man. You got to
Yeah.
send it back
Matt.
to
And
the
then
Yeah,
sometimes
just-
I'll let them have a little boys trip.
Yeah.
You know, I'll go do something else.
And
I
we took the 19-foot John boat with I think it's a 15-horse Yamaha
That's
on
all
the
you
back.
needed, baby.
With
God,
big
life was
lake,
good, wasn't it?
back
Yeah.
bay. We took it to Cat Island.
Mm-hmm.
That was a rough one.
You got to pick your days to go to Cat
Yeah.
Island.
For sure.
About 2 or 3 foot seas.
Yeah. Yeah. Earning it. Earning it.
So I see your pictures on Facebook. Y'all were pretty much destroying redfish. You were doing like a once a month.
Yeah,
Where
no,
you were posting.
we do it pretty often. So, and I will preface this by saying for every photo that I catch, every one redfish photo I catch, he's catching 4 or 5.
Right.
He outfishes
Not that
me for the most part.
Let her lie for you.
Every
Let her lie
time
for
he
you.
outfishes me. Like I just started, you know, Instagram posting fish and stuff like that. And it kind of grew from there. I don't have a following or anything like that, but
We joined Salt Strong.
oh yeah, we joined Salt Strong. So
Okay.
that was kind of our start into, because our biggest issue was like we would keep going back to, well, I caught a fish here a couple months ago. I'll just go back to this
Didn't know
spot.
what we were doing. really.
Didn't know what we were doing.
I might have been in that boat
And
a few times.
yeah. And so
Still.
we joined Salt Strong and we love their lures. So the 2 redfish tournaments that Marcus put on last year, the local redfish
Yes,
tournament, after work tournaments, we won both those tournaments, first and
Yeah,
second
there's several of
place. Well, no, the redfish one. So
Yeah,
the
'cause we
first
did
one,
flounder, speckled trout.
Yeah.
You did a few
so
of
the
it.
first redfish one, we didn't catch shit.
Okay.
We ended up fishing somewhere we had never fished before. We went out to Ship Island.
Yeah, we went. Oh, let's try that.
Didn't like because you know
She
we
watched
saw
the video
Marcus
of
there
Marcus
the
catching.
weekend before, and we were like,
Probably
oh,
did. Yeah.
he tore him up out there. Let's go out there, and then we didn't. But we still showed up to the meet and met everybody. It was the first tournament I think they had,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then
Yeah, he was on the show promoting those, right?
Yeah,
Under
the week
Diablo,
before,
under
the week before.
Diablo.
Yeah, under
Bridge.
Diablo
Yeah,
Bridge.
yeah.
and so then they had so they do, I think it's redfish, speckled trout, flounder every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's
and,
right.
Okay.
and so then we did the second redfish tournament, and I won first place, and he won second place.
Not at Ship Island,
Yeah,
No,
went back,
No,
we went
back
went
there.
back to Old Faithful.
Nice.
Yeah,
Old
went back to
Faithful,
Old Faithful.
which is where?
Big
Big
Lake.
Lake.
Oh,
You showed me on the
I'll
map.
tell you.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
tell you.
Right,
we
okay,
don't.
okay.
I really don't think.
What's the word? Gatekeep. We ain't gatekeeping.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I've heard of people being like, "Oh, they've outfished this place down here. And every time I come, there's 45 boats down here." And
Yeah.
There
Don't
is
get me
some
wrong.
truth to that. There is some truth.
there
to that.
is,
Yeah.
sure. But us, I mean, we go out there and we catch regularly. So I tag for USM as
Right.
well.
Oh, cool. cool.
So I think last year I tagged about 60 redfish.
Wow.
And so we did that, and then we did the third tournament with Marcus, and we won first and second places with that as well. And we love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say y'all know Cody.
No,
Taylor.
not
No?
personally.
Not personally.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I
figured-
know his name.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's a big
He's at the
redfish
meets.
guy.
I think
Yeah,
he puts them on with Marcus.
yeah. He shit all over speckled trout right here at this table.
Yeah, he said he don't like it because it don't fight.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
what is that?
I
And
agree.
What is y'all's draw?
That,
at
that's
redfish?
where I was going with that.
Yeah, what is y'all's
Fuck a
draw?
speckled trout.
Oh,
No.
yes.
No, they're no
Okay.
fun. Like, don't get me wrong. I hear, oh, well, you catch them 25 inches, they fight. Sure. Okay. They'll fight real hard on my little 1000.
That's right.
They're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But as far as like, I don't know what it is because we've talked with some of those guys after those tournaments and they're like, well, I tear up flounder back there. And it's like, oh, okay, well, what are you doing? Like, are you doing the bump pause? Because we fish artificial for the most part.
Right.
We'll go out to the islands if we want to catch a jack or something like that and put cut mullet
Yep.
and stuff
Yep.
like that. But most of the time it's soft plastics.
Mhm.
Okay.
And so, we'll hear this guy says, well, I'm doing the same thing. And
Yeah.
all I catch is flounder. And it's like, well, I don't know. Is it because he's a redhead? I don't know. Maybe they're attracted to that.
We're terrible at catching trout and flounder.
Can't-
Those are
it's bycatch.
Yeah.
Really?
All of that is bycatch for us.
Just catching on accident.
Okay. Okay.
So redfish are more targeted. We
Right,
target those.
right.
So
And I get it.
Most of those are
They
on-
do fight. I mean,
You can't
there's-
beat it.
There's
no
no
You
doubt.
cannot beat a
that's our
redfish.
favorite.
And they
our
do-
favorite fish to eat as well.
Yeah, it's our
redfish.
favorite to eat.
I'm gonna be honest. He's the one who pointed it out to me first. Like we've eaten redfish, and I still like redfish to this day. But it is a little bit different if you put it next to snapper or cobia. It's not that it's bad.
No.
It's just
Well, I feel
Being
like
a-
that's kind of hard competition to
Correct.
compare it to
Yeah,
a
yeah,
snapper
correct,
or a
correct,
cobia.
correct.
That's
And-
hard.
I think
Correct.
it's all the way you do it. Most people,
And how
I don't
you
know how
cook it.
y'all do it. Most people grill redfish or blacken.
And
redfish.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
and
We're
that's
not
the way to
frying
go.
fish on
Yeah,
our
yeah,
and
yeah.
I was speaking about frying. So,
Right.
Now I'll fry fish for the kids.
Yep.
I do like the pre-battered nuggets that we can do. They like fried fish, but we're gonna blacken it on a taco or we're gonna grill
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
That's
and
good.
that is hard to beat.
Yeah.
Very hard to beat.
Smoked over some apple wood.
Okay.
It's not bad.
All right,
either.
I ain't mad at that either. Yep,
Mm-mm.
yep.
Yeah.
So y'all got that bug, real
yeah.
bad, and now you've got your life designed in a way that if you want to go
If
fishing,
it's nice out
you go
today and we
do
look
it.
at the weather and Saturday's a shit day,
That's right.
we're going fishing today. We're working Saturday.
There you go. See, I hope people are paying attention, man. Structure
Yeah.
your life.
But
That's what I'm
we
saying.
also only
Structure
work
your life.
8 to 5 is our schedule. We try not to vary from that.
Okay, and for full context too, I'm sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's times where maybe you're under a deadline. You got to
Yeah.
meet it. You got to. It ain't all
course.
like
No.
fun and games. Like
No.
there, you are your own boss.
You gotta
but you are
work
your
when
own
you gotta work.
responsibility. Right?
The diligence of it. That's like one thing he and I have talked about is, like I have some ideas, you know what I mean? But I am not responsible enough to get up and fight for those things. It's easy to see your husband and his passion and to want to do like that is my drive. I don't really care about anything enough to be like, oh, I gotta get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I gotta be here and I gotta go do this. I don't really give a shit.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But when it comes to like the things that he cares about and having somebody who's counting on you
right,
to, well,
that
if you
gives you
don't
purpose.
if you don't show up today, like I slept in today and
Fired.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I write
Show
my
up
own
when you can.
paycheck.
Right.
What's he gonna do
It's
without
like,
me?
she's got the
Yeah.
bank account,
Yeah.
dude. If I
Exactly.
fire her, then she's just gonna get paid for
Come
not
right
working.
back to work. Yeah.
Cut all this shit off right now.
Right.
But to have a purpose, it does make a difference. Like we say a lot of times, like we're much better adults when our kids are at our house. Like we're up at 6 o'clock in the
Right.
morning, and we
Yeah.
gotta clean this house. But when it's just us, it's kind of like, we can
let's
eat
go
ramen
fishing.
noodles for dinner.
It's funny how that works, right?
Yeah.
Like the more responsibility you have, like the better you have to be.
Structure.
Exactly.
Right? You have to rise to that bar.
Mhm. Like
Well,
I'm
that-
not doing the dishes every night when
Yeah.
it's just me and him. But when I was in the kitchen,
Turn-
I gotta clean this kitchen. Look at all these dishes.
set an
It's so
example for
disgusting.
them.
Yeah.
You don't want to live like a pig.
Yeah.
And like the next weekend, it's like
They show up
all over
unannounced,
the
like,
place.
what the hell is this? You're like, do as I say, not as I
Yeah,
do.
that's right.
Yeah, they'll ask like, "Did y'all eat like gremlins when we weren't here?" And I'm like,
Right.
"Actually, no. I cooked every night when you
Right,
weren't here."
right. I'm lying.
Yeah. So let's talk about this thing over here because
Yes.
we haven't even jumped into
Yeah,
that
we
yet.
haven't.
You do truck tanks, you do truck parts. Have you dabbled into the boat world at all?
Yeah, we play in the boat world. I've built probably 4 marine fuel tanks. And
Okay.
then I've done a custom trolling motor mount for Champs. And then I cut some plates for a custom mount for Aaron over at Riptide Marine.
Okay.
And then I've done some local small welding jobs.
Right.
Repaired pontoon. I've redecked a John boat, things like that. I don't. A lot of boat guys want that anodized tubing.
Uh-huh.
Two things I hate: anodized and tubing.
And they're both
No,
in
we
there.
ain't got none of that.
Yeah.
Like I hate doing tubing work. I turn it down if it comes in, like someone calls and asks. It's like, no, I can't do that.
If you explain to a dumbass over here what you mean by the tubing part, is that
Tubing is just round tubing.
Yeah.
So round tubing. Yeah.
okay?
So like most of like
Pipe.
your pipe. Yeah.
Okay,
So like
okay,
your
okay.
T-tops that'll have the tubing.
Okay. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Now,
Now,
launch.
Yeah.
now I'm on board.
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
I'm an idiot.
yeah, I don't like doing it.
Okay. Why specifically?
I think it's because I tried to build an exo cage with a friend of mine 15
Okay.
years ago out of tubing,
Didn't go
and
well.
it didn't go well.
Does it weld different than this type of aluminum?
Anodizing is
It
yes,
does. Okay.
it does.
There you go. That makes sense.
So the anodizing is essentially a thicker oxide layer on the aluminum to protect it.
Okay. So does it got to get hotter to penetrate that, or how does that work?
No, so anodizing. So the way AC aluminum welding works is the current changes going from the tungsten or the torch to the material, and then in a reverse, and come back from the material to the torch. So that
Like an alternating current.
alternating current.
ACDC, my favorite band.
Favorite band, bro.
Yeah.
So to weld aluminum, like the oxide layer burns at a much hotter temperature than the actual pure aluminum. So if you don't do it right, you could sit there and you can see the aluminum melted, but the oxide layer is still solid. And you can't do anything.
Gotcha. That does sound.
So the
something.
alternating current, it kind of comes out of the material, it breaks that oxidization up,
Yeah.
and then you can weld it.
Weld
But
it.
it's a pain.
Have you seen any of the SpaceX the company, the welding? They call it the tool that he built to weld on his spaceships.
Mm-mm.
It's wild. I don't know enough about it to speak intelligently on it, but I've watched some guys do some videos where it's almost like set it and forget it. Like it figures out the heat and it does it super fast. And it doesn't get too hot, doesn't get too cold.
Yeah.
It penetrates really well. One guy was like making these welds, then cutting them in half and showing the penetration on them. I don't know that it was aluminum though, so it's slightly different. But I was just like, damn, Elon's into everything,
Yeah.
or his companies at least. I don't know if it was
It's probably laser
specifically.
welding.
It is. It is something like that. Yeah. But it's just wild to me.
He's
As somebody who doesn't know
listening
shit
right
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was wild.
So y'all sponsored our last tournament, Sheepshead, and then
Thank
y'all
you.
took the second place in this one.
Thank you.
And for this one, we got a little surprise that we haven't told anybody yet, right? So you want to go over that?
Yep. So, like we've already discussed, we're very into redfish, and so we didn't want to add to the second place. So we are going to be sponsoring a most spots on a redfish turned in. So it does not have to be a winner. It doesn't have to be like, oh, the first place redfish had 2
Right.
spots.
Right.
It's any fish that is turned in that has the most spots will win the 5-gallon boat tank.
Sweet.
And that's what we're looking at right
That's
here.
what we're looking at
Yes,
right
correct.
now.
It's not
Yeah.
in the camera, I don't think,
Oh.
right? Nope. We've missed it on both.
Yeah,
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now they can see. Pull it a little bit more of that right to there. There we go. All right. Now, just briefly, just give us a little
Yeah.
something.
Walk us through that.
Yeah.
The bill. The
It's-
bill.
It's a gas
Well,
tank,
It's a
man.
man.
5-gallon tank
Yeah,
with
it's
a
simpler.
threaded.
Yeah.
It has a spot for
We got a 3/8 MPT pickup tube. So
Okay.
this is just a bong. You can get the pickup tubes from any hardware,
Okay.
like Ken's Hardware or something like that. It threads in there. We have a nice
That's pretty legit.
coarse,
It is legit. That's what I'm
coarse
getting at.
thread
Yeah.
cap 225 series, and we have a rollover vent valve, which is, I'm not sure if boats have to have those or not. I got to look into that, but
Yeah.
they have to have a
It's
vent.
there.
Right.
It's there.
So for
Yeah.
fuel to come out, you got to have air go in.
Correct.
So that's
Yeah.
the vent that we put in. That's what we use in all our automotive tanks. And then we have a hole here with an SAE 5 bolt pattern for your sending unit,
Yep.
Mhm.
if you want one in this little bitty tank.
Right. And what would be, this is more like a John boat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kinda thing.
probably. It's
They're,
not something that we make or produce. It was just something I threw together for you guys.
It's
Yeah,
badass,
that is
man.
sweet.
It's badass. And like instead of having the little red gas
Oh,
tank,
yeah,
at the
yeah,
back,
yeah.
you got that. People are like, what the hell? That is
Yeah,
way overbuilt.
damn.
Yeah. You're
Like,
like,
yeah, well,
you're like, you damn right it
I
is.
brought the most damn spots to
That's
this
right.
tournament. I
Yeah.
deserve it.
That's right. No, that is badass, and we appreciate that.
That's what that was.
I
I think. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So I think Joey asked Kayla to see if we want to make some trophies or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that how that went down?
Well, I was thinking about, what were we going to do for a trophy? Because we used to do the plaques. And then, I was like, make a trophy because they do all this all kind of crazy. Look at this. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was going to say.
And he
I'm
was
like,
like, I ain't making a trophy, but I'll make a tank. And I was like, yeah, make a tank.
oh shit!
Yeah, he's like, you won't make a trophy? No, I don't like trophies.
Yeah.
I had to ask him when we got home. I was like, so what's your deal with trophies? Why can't you make a trophy? You can make a trophy.
Right.
But
Did we figure it out? What
yeah.
was it?
It's an artsy thing. I'm not artsy.
That you're wrong.
For
that you're
one,
not artsy.
I'm
but
artsy in
I'm
this.
going to let
This
you
is
keep thinking
mechanical.
that because I don't want to mess up his like mojo. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
So
you're
this
artsy.
is like a mechanical artsy.
Okay. You're right. Okay.
And then B is when you make trophies, everyone comes out of the woodwork and asks you to make
Oh,
trophies.
yeah.
And then a lot of
And
times they want
most of them don't want to pay for them.
Yeah, they want them for
Okay.
free. Donate some trophies.
Right.
And I was like, okay, yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Right.
Because
Right.
you know, in the beginning when I was just first starting, I did everything.
You did everything.
And I got stuck in that trophy.
Correct.
I did some trophies and I did more trophies and some other
You're like,
trophies.
dude, I don't want to do. I'm not passionate about T-ball trophies or cheer camp trophies. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not doing trophies. We'll do something that makes sense for the business.
That's bad.
That is awesome.
That
Yeah,
is that. You know, that almost reminds me of like the Orange County Choppers thing. He was like, you know, obviously they made motorcycles, but they made it custom to the business. Like, I think that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Where have we even said it yet? Where are y'all located? Like, where's your physical place?
So
Did we
we're
say
off.
that early?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So we're off Creosote Road in Gulfport.
Okay. I know right about
So
that.
where the concrete plant is, we're in a complex across the street from Bayou Concrete.
I know where isn't Southern Stitch over there?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
the street.
Wolfpack Athletics used to be right
We're
there.
in Wolfpack's complex.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Wolfpack is no longer there.
Yes.
But,
Well, they sold out.
I think
Oh, don't even get. How much time do you have?
I mean, all day really.
It's not about them.
So
As long
y'all-
as the
y'all
bird about the
about
building.
It's
Y'all
about the
about
building.
Larry, right?
What's
Mike
that?
Sticker.
Yeah, we love
does-
Larry.
Yeah,
He's
he does.
great.
He does
all our
any
stickers.
sticker you
Okay,
see. He
cool.
does our shit.
Yeah, so that complex got bought last August, and we've had nothing but problems. If I can give any of the listeners a piece of advice, do not rent a complex from Pro Business Centers.
There you go.
We have been without power around the first of the month, every month since they have taken ownership.
Holy
We lost a entire week of power with no explanation, with no accountability, no nothing. It has been outrageous. So it's a corporate conglomerate that bought these complex. I think they bought another complex off Three Rivers. I'm not positive about that, but they are going around buying complexes. And they're in Florida. We have never had anybody come and say, "Hey, we're the owners. Nice to meet you." Nothing.
Yeah.
You call a call center, you put in your complaint, and you do this. And so it's just a small couple out of Florida, and they piss me off.
sound very passionate about it.
I will get heated about it.
That's horseshit to me because it's like that whole like full blown capitalist red blooded
You
American.
better believe it.
But that is the bad side of it is whenever this, whether it's an equity firm or you're saying this is only two people though.
Well,
I think-
it is an equity firm, so I think their firm is Fraser and Yale.
We don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I've done the Google searches.
She's looked it
I
up.
did it.
Stalking them.
Yeah. You better believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost thousands.
I don't understand how they could let you go one day, much less 1 week without
Thank
power.
you. And that-
without
They
got
blame the
no-
power company.
They blame the power company or
That's
the
easy to figure
electricians
out,
that
right?
they hired. No, because the issue with is power companies. If your social security number or your EIN number for the
Yep.
business
Yep.
is not on the power agreement, they can't tell you shit. They can't tell you
Right.
nothing.
Okay. So you can't prove it one way or the other.
No, now don't get me wrong. You go to small claims court and request discovery
You'll
and stuff
spend
like
more
that.
you'll spend more money
exactly.
doing that.
So
than you
so
would
what
make money.
what is the gain?
And they
of
know
it?
that.
Exactly. And so our ultimate goal is this year is we want to live in Socher. Our kids go to school in Socher, so we want to have a house with it, kind of what you got going on.
Yeah, really.
But a shop on the property and a house on the property.
Okay.
That's our ultimate goal.
So work out of your home.
Yes,
Like,
correct.
Okay.
And and yeah, this is sensitive. Look, I
What?
can go all
Here we
day
go.
about
What
it
is-
makes
what is
me
it?
very upset.
He doesn't want it, or you?
No, we all
Okay.
want it.
Okay.
It's just we're kind of in between a rock and a hard place right now. Not having the capability to go out because Socher, you go look at house prices right now up there. It's Beverly
crazy.
Hills.
Yeah.
They live in Beverly Hills, California. Up there, ain't even got a city department. It is outrageous for what they want for this property. There was one that we looked at. It was, like 6 acres. It's a farm. It ain't no damn farm.
Right.
We had 2 horses on the property, and
Right.
it's zoned for agriculture.
Well, he's
and you
well,
call
well,
it farm.
They
well,
weren't even horses.
Well,
they were
he's probably
dogs.
getting tax deductions on that.
Possibly, maybe,
Yeah.
but how much tax deductions do you need? We can't afford that for $385,000.
For 6 acres.
No, that
For
was
Socher?
that was 6.
It was $600,000.
Wow.
Well, it's a farm. You have a pole barn
Right.
and 2 horses on the property.
Right.
I don't give a shit that it's
Right.
that it's zoned for
That's
agriculture.
right. I like her. I like her
Yeah.
spirit.
I don't look.
Yeah.
I get pissed.
Yeah.
I'll go
I mean,
on.
I'm real calm.
Unless
She's
that horse
she's
was
the other.
secretariat, I don't understand.
Not even that. He
Yeah.
can take the horse
Breeding
with him. I
rights.
don't like horses. I like cats. You can bring all your cats here. That's about it.
I got
Alright.
one you can have.
Yeah.
But
No shit.
but that's the real issue is like we have to be here right now. You know, if we leave there right now and you know, okay, we'll go rent somewhere for here. We have a plasma table, a 10-ton press brake we got to move,
45-ton
45-ton press brake.
It
we
ain't
gotta
an easy move.
That don't
for you.
sound
No,
fun.
it's
Yeah.
not easy. So
7
what are we?
welders.
Exactly. There's a lot of work that's involved in that, and it's just kind of like we're just kind of like, oh well, we just got to take this shit
Yeah.
from them.
I
And
have to go
For
just
now.
buy a generator.
Well, the
Buy
only
a
thing,
backup
the only
generator.
thing I need to do is make sure I'm getting it in. I mean, you already know. I want to know everybody that's renting in there, and then we're going to partner up. We're going to talk about some shit, and then we're going to threaten them together.
call Larry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Lawrence.
That's what I'm
Lawrence is the same.
Yeah, Lawrence
was
was
us.
right there with us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like collective bargaining. or
Oh
some
yeah,
shit, you
and
know what
I mean, I sent a nice like. I understand. I've worked in customer service long enough to understand that you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar.
Right.
I'm not going to call and cuss people out. I'm not going
Nope.
to do that. Most
Nope.
of the time, the person you're talking to on the phone is not the person who has
person.
any control over it, anyways. So, you know, write a nice email like, you know, we have lost revenue. We understand that these things happen. We are
Correct.
seeking, you know, this amount of money. I requested $2,000. We had to turn down multiple jobs.
Yep.
We couldn't take any orders because we're online. All of our business is online. And they sent us back an offer of $200.
$100. That's awesome. Yeah.
We lost about $350 worth of food in the fur and all
You should have
that.
sent that to him.
I did.
Yeah, I mailed that to him.
I did.
mail it to her,
Shit.
Yeah, no shit. Put it in a shipping box.
Yeah, I'd have shipped it to him with the milk and everything else.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'll get it. Sorry, Mom.
That's okay.
No,
She raised you right.
I'm
She
very
raised you
passionate
right.
about these
Marcus
things.
McDavid, for the people listening on the audio, Marcus McDavid said she is hilarious when she gets fired up.
Yeah.
Very passionate.
Very
Yeah,
passionate.
I don't have a filter.
Yeah.
I might be married to
It's
a
all
woman that's
good.
kind of like that myself.
Yeah.
So
You say you do most of your stuff online. Is that the best place to find y'all? Or like if I just want to walk in y'all's shop,
You can.
is that a
Yeah,
an
don't
as long as
slip
the
and
power's
fall.
on.
Don't
Yeah.
slip and fall either.
Yeah.
We,
Yeah.
Right,
we
right.
ain't paying for your back surgery.
that's right.
But yeah, so you can call us online. So all of our sales are done online. Originally, when I first came over, we kind of catered to the older people, you know, the
Right.
people who are in their 60s and 70s. And you know how they are. They're like, well, I don't want to get scammed. I don't want to put
Yeah.
my credit card
Yep.
on the internet.
Yep.
I just give you cash.
Yeah. So they would call and I would take their orders over the phone. You know, we need their money.
Right.
I'm not going to say, well, no, you got to get on the internet. No,
We do
I'll
not.
take your order.
She does now, though.
But now all of our sales are done. 'Cause
Scaling.
all I do is I go to soulessinnovations.com and I go through every line item and I check you out. Well, the issue with that,
We don't have like a normal point of sale. Or anything.
yeah. So
Right.
if you call from Washington State and your credit card is from Washington State, your debit card's from Washington State. Well, when I try to process something in Gulfport, Mississippi,
Fraud.
it's fraud.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so then they have to call their bank and then they have to call me back. And it was just a pain in the butt.
I follow a guy online who's a big business strategy guy, and
Mm-hmm.
he got in the same trouble that you just described because he was processing credit cards. He would go from gym to gym to gym and
Mhm.
process their payments because he was like helping them launch these gyms, and they shut him down for the same thing.
Yeah,
It was
and-
labeled as fraud.
I just don't feel comfortable taking somebody's credit card and, you know, I would have to write it down. And I just don't feel comfortable doing that.
Right.
And
Because you're
so
kind of liable too. Even
exactly,
if you're honest,
you
then you
know,
gotta prove
yeah.
that you
Somebody
weren't.
digs through our trash in a couple weeks, finds a credit card number. That's our fault.
That's right.
And I don't want that to happen. And so I kind of, you know, was firm with him. It's like, we need to stop taking orders over the phone.
Right.
It's just a liability. It's not something I really want to deal with. And also with us, it just being two people, you know, if I'm at the router cutting
Yeah, you took
and
your
somebody
time.
calls,
Yep.
I
You
have
gotta
to
shut it
stop.
down.
I got to shut the router down because they can't hear you over the router. And then I have to go to the computer. And then people are like, you know, I'll get through 20 minutes of a conversation going through every, you know, option that they can order. And they're
I don't
like,
want it.
well, I'm not ready to order right now, but I'll give you a call. And God damn it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you done wasted 30 minutes of my day. Now I got
now I got to pay her. for
now
it.
I
And I'm
got to
also
bitch to
noticing
him about
when
it for
that
20
when
minutes.
the twang comes out, that's when you got to get
Yeah,
noticed.
you
I'm
twang
noticing
that
that.
one.
I'm
You do
noticing
twang,
that.
you twang that one.
I
No,
do
no.
I do pretty well at hiding it.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. We do the same thing.
She's got a radio voice on the radio.
Yeah,
Twanky voice
but the
when you
more
piss her
bourbon
off.
comes in, and the more like we know people, then it starts.
Yeah.
Don't you piss me off now, boy.
It comes out. It's called your native tongue.
Yeah.
Did we? What is this usually? What is a tank like? One of those tanks you make. What does that usually take? How many days, hours?
So from start to finish, this one right here is about 45 minutes for me.
Okay. What about the ones you make for your?
The other
your
ones,
forge?
it takes her approximately 8 hours to cut two nest tapes, which is 3 tanks, and then she'll bend them in that same 2 more hours after that,
If that.
if that. So if you, and then it takes me about 3 hours to weld one up.
Right.
Okay.
So it's all in, let's say 3, 6, 9 plus 8 is 17. It's about 6 hours.
And then how do you put that down on paper? Like if I ordered one, what do you? 5 days, 7
Well,
days?
We're long lead.
8 to 10 weeks.
8 to 10 weeks.
Oh,
From
okay.
date
So
of
y'all are
order.
backed up.
And so a lot of the reason for the long time frame from order is like right now we have about 20 tanks on the wall. So you have 20 people ahead of you who have ordered. B, you have to account for other issues. If the router goes down, if we're out of power because of pro business centers in Florida,
Wow.
you have that issue. And, and then also, like I said, we have kids. On the days we have kids, we're done at 2:00. We're
Right.
leaving. I'm not answering the phone, not answering any of your questions.
Respect.
That is something that's very important to us, is to be able to do homework, go to those things. And so that 8 to 10 week time frame allows for us to have a life
Right.
on top of getting stuff done at the business.
Like you said too, these are luxury items. It's not like
Exactly.
it's somebody's pacemaker.
People,
You know what I mean? You're
people
building-
know it's 8 to 10. Like
Yeah.
they know.
So 8 to 10 is easy when you're clicking checkout and you read it.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you
and-
get calls all the time.
Oh yeah.
In the beginning we did. So we
It's
had
been 2 weeks. Waiting my damn order.
we had to put
I know
a
it's at 8 to 10, but I didn't think you were
Yeah,
serious.
you got to check a
Exactly.
box.
Right.
You got to check
You
a
gotta check a
box.
box
I
now.
understand that my tank will not ship from 8 to 10 weeks from date of order, and they have to say, "Yes, I understand."
you
And I
say
get-
no, you can't buy.
I can
Yeah.
I can just see the people being like, I don't know why they have that on there. Why
Oh,
I gotta
well,
click that too?
we'll get
Because
a call.
you're the guy that would have complained.
Is it really 8 to 10 weeks? Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes,
it is.
it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Custom tanks are like 10 to 12, but we try to keep them in that 8 to 10.
And yeah.
Yeah.
We hold pretty strong at 8 weeks. But that a lot. So we're like, okay, we're going to Disney in June. So that is a week that is cut out. But we're planning for that, and we're going to try to keep all those tanks at 8 weeks. But if we can't get everything done before we go,
Yeah.
it'll ship in 9 weeks.
There
So
you
we
go.
got that 8 to 10 week,
Yeah.
gives us 2 weeks a little buffer time.
Yeah. And I think we should appreciate things like that more in society, to understand that you're two people who are prioritizing their kids and their kids' future. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Again, you're a small business and it's not, it's a luxury item. So deal with it.
Yeah.
Maybe like these most of these trucks aren't on the road right now anyways.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who's like, well, I'm going to have it done by November, so I'm calling ahead of time to order it.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Perfect.
We'll get it
Yeah.
to you.
But sorry.
No, go ahead.
So if I'm thinking you were trying to touch on like if you wanted to order a custom tank, how does that work?
Yeah, something like that.
So-
if I walked in and said, "Hey, I want this for my boat,"
Most people will know the size they want. That's basically what I need is a length, width, height, and then if it's complicated, a generic, you can write it on a napkin or something.
right?
And then I'll take that. What I do is since CAD modeling is my specialty as well.
Right.
So what we offer is I'll take what you give me, I'll put it into a 3D CAD model, and then I'll create a drawing from it, and I'll send it to you to look over. That way, with dimensions and 3D pictures.
Right. That way it was wrong.
That way-
It's on me.
Yeah, exactly. So what,
Sign this, sir.
Yeah.
yes.
He's got a background. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll send you the drawing.
You had to.
Yeah, I
did it
had
fine.
it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll send you the drawing. You look it over. Look it over good, because if there's any changes to make, we need to do it now.
Right.
If all's good, sign it, send it back to me.
This is the tank you're getting.
This is the tank you're getting. If something's wrong, it's on you.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it is.
Building a house is the same way. Right? When you work with a, that's what I had to do. Is like, this is
Change
the thing. This is
order.
what I want. Yeah.
So that's the process.
That's
And then
good.
so I learned that with giving drawings in my early years when I was just as a hustle.
Right.
I was in the actual business. What you say when I hear can
Two
sometimes
different
get
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
So I would
that's-
send something,
and
like,
that's
not
two
what I
people
wanted.
trying to be honest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not even trying to deceive one another. It will get
Yeah.
like, I thought you said this, so I misunderstood. You don't realize you misunderstood what they said. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I need to start getting these tanks signed off for. That way, it's not on me.
What is the percentage of your business now that is tanks for retro, like trucks versus like boats now? Is it? Are you heavy in the?
Oh, we're
F100?
mostly automotive.
90,
Both
99.
we mostly
Dabble.
for people that know us.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not an angle you're trying to get into. You'll just kind of do it.
I thought about it since we are from the shipyard. We started designing our own little 17-foot flats skiff.
That would be
Oh no.
sweet.
Okay. I didn't think about that. I meant more like
Tanks.
these kind of tanks.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
for boats.
I understand.
Yeah.
Like
But
two
no,
of the
I don't-
people that we built those tanks for, one of them is my brother, and the other one's a good family friend that just
Okay.
like, hey, I know that they weld and they build tanks. Can you build this for me?
Okay.
That was kind of what those are. But no,
But you've entertained or just thought about at least a little bit building like aluminum boats.
Yeah, we wanna
Okay,
build-
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
yeah, we'd like to build one for ourselves.
What can you tell us where that's at or what?
It's on paper.
It's on
That's
paper.
about
That's
it.
it. Okay.
We've
It's got to come to fruition. It
Yeah,
takes time.
we've flirted with what we'd like to change our boat because our boat's an aluminum boat.
Okay.
And it's a small 19 foot. I mean, it's 18 foot, 1989.
Hey, let her add it, dude.
yeah.
Let her say 19. Add
We
it
don't. She
into
don't
it.
need extra. We won 2 red.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking
We
about,
don't need
baby.
extra.
She
You
likes
don't
a
need a
fail machine,
$250,000 boat. It
Yeah.
costs $14 to fill her up.
That's it.
We can bang her against the dock. It doesn't matter. It's perfect.
And you know somebody who can fix it.
and he can fix
Yeah, we-
everything.
And she'll run like a scalded dog.
We popped a rivet a couple months back.
Oh,
yeah, and
we hit something and
Welded it back up.
we got to the spot and you could see it in the back. It was water
Shoot up.
gushing, and I was like, okay, well, let's go. I guess we're not fishing it. He's like, no, we're
no,
fine.
we're
He
good.
shoved a lure in it with some
Damn
scissors.
straight.
I said, you were very nonchalant
about a hole in the
about a hole in the boat. He
We're
said, Kayla,
fishing.
he said it's 2 foot of water.
Yeah.
Even if it sinks,
Stand up.
we're
good.
fine.
Good.
We're fine. I
Well,
was
turn your
Here's a
bilge
cup.
on.
okay.
Yeah, here's a cup.
Yeah.
Start
We
dumping it out.
limited out our redfish that day.
See, you'd have missed
There
out.
it is.
Exactly.
You missed
Exactly.
out.
What do I know?
What do I know?
Well, yeah, it's just a thought thing right now. We're trying to figure out what we like, what we don't like.
Okay. And this may be going way too far, but like, have you investigated any type of like that market? Like, what is it? Because you did this already once, right? Is there a need? What does it take to get into that business? What is the overhead cost? How does that work? Have it even went that far?
I rarely do things like that.
Okay.
I just do them.
you just-
Spur the moment.
Pow,
Because that was one of the questions I had, like when he and I were both still at the shipyard. You know, I was like, okay, so how many trucks are actually out there?
I'm noticing the
that
yin
would
and the
need
yang.
This tank?
I get it. I get it now. I
And
get
he
it.
was like, well, I don't know.
I just like building.
I'm great at
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
stuff.
And
Right,
so I was
right,
like,
right.
okay, so
Six.
if we sell
No,
this
it
many
was way more
tanks
than that,
in
yeah.
the year, you know, how many trucks are out there that are left? Like, is this really a market that we could live for the next 40 years on
Right.
this? And he was like, I don't know. We'll just keep going. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Everyone that is not in the world says, is there that many people buying tanks?
Yeah.
There is. It is.
Yeah.
We're almost 4 years strong.
That's right.
Self-employed now.
That's
so
right. I mean,
June will be 4
And
years.
you got an 8 to 10 month waiting list.
Yeah.
So that's pretty legit.
Just
Week,
what
not month.
I mean,
8 to 10
week.
week,
Did I
not
say
month,
week? I'm sorry.
not
I'm
month.
sorry.
We
I'm
ain't that
sorry.
far
I'm
back.
sorry.
We ain't making that
8 to
much
10
money.
weeks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What little bit I know about that world, and it's only a little bit, like it's huge though. I mean, people, love that.
Mhm.
Trucks, redoing them, going to
Mhm.
rallies, cruising the coast.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're from here. Like it's a big market. Yeah.
And once you get hot in that market, everybody wants one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I TikTok a lot. So
Okay.
there was somebody who posted on TikTok and a random post. It was like, show me your welds. And I was like, oh, my husband built this. And I posted his thing and he's like, Soulless Innovations. And I was like, no shit. Weird.
Yeah.
So actually we have
We made
tanks.
it.
Yeah. We have tanks in every state in the country except South Dakota for some reason.
That's
South
weird.
Dakota.
It is
That's
weird.
weird.
South Dakota, we have tanks.
Anybody in South Dakota right now?
Yeah,
Buy a
everybody
damn
buy
Buy
tank,
it.
dude.
What is your problem?
What's going on?
We have tanks
Tankless
in
ass. Tankless ass South
Canada,
Dakota.
Mexico, Sweden, Ireland, Australia. I think that's it.
Is there one in
Now-
Norway or is that Switzerland?
No, it's Sweden.
Sweden. Okay.
Yeah, we-
Is
went
that
to
is
Sweden.
that an online order on the countries that you mentioned
Yeah, and
came
so
through? And
All of we don't market at all.
Okay.
All of our sales is from social media, is from Facebook, is from Instagram.
Yeah.
That is how all of this started. Like, we don't pay anybody to
Right.
make videos or anything like that. Our sales are from word of mouth.
Sweet.
Or Google search.
I think
And
the- I think
Google
the-
searches. I did a lot with the
Yeah.
SEO.
Okay.
So when I first started and I was trying to make a spot, I was like, okay, well, let me doll up the website. I could do that.
Okay.
And then, with the SEO stuff, it's where do you fall when somebody Googles factory
Right.
Ford relocation tank? Where do you fall? So I would add all the keywords in the website, and like I think we're the second one that pops up without being sponsored on certain of those things. So that's a big part of it.
For sure.
And we also see a flux of, we get a lot of orders the more we post on Facebook. So like just average, this is what we're doing today, or tank shipping out to California today. That will increase sales.
We had a buddy of ours in here, Andrew. I mentioned it earlier when I was talking about Welding. He builds custom smokers, double barrel smokers. If you've never seen it, go look it up.
Propane tanks.
Yes. And I've known Andrew for a while, and he got into this, he was working at another place. I don't even remember the name, but he was like, didn't want to do that anymore, shift work and all that kind of shit. He was like, hey, I weld, I'm going to build a smoker. His brother was on the show, Salt, Pepper, Oak. He built his tanks, and then it just kind of started snowballing. But Andrew's a little bit more of a quiet guy, and his TikTok
like you
ability is like, I was so freaking blown away by it. He just started making these TikToks where he just like put the camera in a certain spot, time lapse some of the shit while he's making some of the things. Then he started adding the right music, and I'm looking at Joey. I'm like, bro, he's crushing it and doing way better than even like, and I'm trying to do this shit and he's crushing it, but he's got a great product and he's good at what he does. So like going back to what you just said, the more you post, the more you sell. Yeah. Like if y'all got into the TikTok world and just like, it's not, when you watch somebody doing something that they're good at, it's like, that's not super complicated. I can do that, but then you can't. But it's like when you find that, when it clicks, like y'all shit would be.
And then a lot of times with the social stuff like that, like to go viral, it ends up being the thing that you don't even like, I'm just going to post this. Like I've done a few fishing. So I post a lot of fishing on TikTok.
Okay.
And I've done
from your personal account?
Yes, from a personal account. And, I've had videos get 105,000 views, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to start posting. And then you post one video and it's like 107 views. Like,
it's just the algorithm, figure it out.
But the few videos that have like really blown up, it was just like, I was at work one day and I was like, oh, I didn't even know he took this video of fishing. I'm going to upload it. And I upload it. I get home from work and it has 105,000 views. Yeah. It always ends up being the thing that you don't, like, correct. You're not trying.
Do you remember on that video specifically what the video was? Can you tell us?
I was catching a redfish.
Just reeling it in?
Yep. He was filming me and I was just reeling it in. It was on a popping cork. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was in a bikini. I'm sure.
I wasn't going to ask that, but I'm going to be honest. That was the first thing I thought of.
It probably helped.
That was the first thing I thought of.
It helps a lot.
I'll be the one heavy breathing in the.
Yeah, we get a lot of like, who's Tony Soprano in the background? I'm like, don't you talk about my husband like that.
What's even funnier is that kind of shit is anything that makes somebody have to say something about it. That's what I've learned, and I'm not good at like reproducing that. Yeah. One of the biggest videos that we had on our TikTok channel was Joey putting a pot of crawfish into the basket, or the basket into the boiling pot. Obviously, people are like, oh, that looks good.
Does it hurt the crawfish?
You're the worst person on the planet. That's cool. Yeah. That's animal. All that shit. That happened. And then one time, like you just said, like I just took my phone out for whatever reason. We were cooking steaks. We were hanging out at my dad's house. And I grabbed them with the tongs and I had my phone like this. And I was flipping. I was like, this one's medium rare. This one's medium rare. This one's medium rare. And this one's medium rare. And if you don't like that, go eat a sandwich. And it was like 200 and something thousand views because some people were like, yeah, that's right. Some people were like, fuck you. One dude made
I love sandwiches.
A duet or something where he like played my video and then he threw bread across the counter and like made a sandwich. I was like, holy shit. But like to recreate that every week, the people that can do that, I'm all right, y'all have like centered in on what works. And
I have like you see a lot of people who will like misspell something on purpose or catch a redfish and they're like, look at this huge speckled trout. And I'm not doing that shit.
I hate videos.
I'm not going to get caught looking stupid.
I hate videos.
I'm not doing that.
If it's comedic, I'll go as far as you want to go.
Sure, yeah.
However, when it becomes like to what I call whorish, where you're just doing it on purpose, but not because you think it's funny or you're like trying to be.
You're trying too hard, of course.
Do it for the gram, bro.
You see it all the time. People like outlandish reactions to shit, and I'm like, dude, I don't dig that.
No. And that's a big thing. Like I've talked to people. People can feel that
100%.
That you are putting on. That you're trying to be. Look at me, I'm the cool guy. I catch all these fish, and nobody gives a shit.
Yes.
If you're funny,
got a free fishing pole.
Yeah, I've
TFO.
So we have all TFO fishing rods.
Okay.
So when I was posting on, plug, we love TFO. So, but how it started is I was posting on Instagram, and like I said, you're a blonde girl in a bikini in the South. It attracts people. I'm not oblivious to that. I understand that. And but I was posting just because I enjoy it. I like it. but I had this follower, and he, liked my stuff and stuff like that. It was fine. And then he commented one day, and he was like, "You should get a TFO rod." And you get tired of hearing that shit. You should try Z-Man Squiggle Biggle, and that's going to work for you. Okay.
You're like, sure.
So out of just like, okay, send me one. And then he commented back and said, "Okay, which one do you want?"
Was he the owner?
No, he's a pro staff.
Pro staff, yeah.
Okay.
So I messaged. I was with him. I was like, "Look at this shit! Like, I'm gonna just pick one, and like, I don't look at the stats.
Most expensive one.
No, is it pretty?
Is it pretty?
Yeah.
Is it pretty?
You got a pink one?
No, they don't make pink ones.
Camo.
No,
They
it's
don't
like
make pink ones
it's a metallic blue. And I said, "Okay, this one." And sure enough, it showed up at the shop 2 weeks later. I gave him the shop address, of course. Didn't want to
showing up to your house.
And but we're good. We're still good friends with him. Like he sent us another pole. So he bait cast, spinning reel for the most part.
Yep.
He had one that was in his house. He's like, "I don't really use it here. I'm going to send it to you." And he uses it. And then he sent me a big care package at Christmas time with a bunch of old tackle that he doesn't use. I texted him today and told him about the podcast.
That's awesome. Though.
Yeah,
I mean, and
great.
to me, that's the more genuine example of what you were saying was ugly earlier about
Exactly.
that's more genuine.
Yeah, it's very genuine. He's a great guy. He does fishing charters and stuff down in Ocala, Florida. Ricardo, shout out Ricardo.
Shout him out.
What
Does he got a? He's a charter.
TFO rods rule.
What's his charter boat thing?
Oh, I'm not sure. I've never.
Somebody
even
look that up.
talked to him about
Google will pop it up.
But Ricardo's great. I mean, I texted him today and told him about the podcast, and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna have to steal my phone's wife so I can watch it. I don't have Facebook."
Okay.
So, but no, we've made a lot of friends. Marcus, I mean, we met the Southern Salt guy at a boat. I'm not sure. I can't remember his name. But Nathan, yes. But Marcus, he came across Matt, the guy who used to work with us, would send us his videos.
Now there's some guys on the internet you got to watch out for, and Marcus might.
No,
he's a friend.
Greatest charter captain on the coast.
Whoa.
Second.
Joe's charter.
Oh yeah, I know.
But he's way fucking better.
Yeah, he's way better.
But
he took us out to the islands, and we caught a
he's great.
shit ton of
he showed
trout.
us how to sheepshead fish because we would go out and like try to BS around it ourselves. And I finally messaged him out like, "Can you please
just help us?
Show us what we're doing wrong?"
Yeah,
and
he's like everything.
Yeah,
Here,
and he took us out. But Matt sent us videos of him fishing for years, and I didn't even know he was a local guy.
Right.
And then finally I saw a video of it, and he was wearing charter trash. And I'm friends with him on Facebook. I was like, "Holy shit, I know them. What's up?"
Yeah.
And then we started looking at the background of his videos, and you could see the Lorraine County. I was like, "Get the hell out of our spots. That's where we fish. Put my fish back."
Yep.
And it was just the banter online. And then finally, we all went out on a trip. And it was
I
great.
did the same thing you were talking about with Smoky Ribs Barbecue. We had him on the show too, Rush Jones. And he's like, I'm like, I was doing cooking videos with a cousin of mine at the time. And so I'm watching all these, barbecue videos online, and this guy keeps popping up. I'm like, I like his style, I like what he's doing. And I can't, you don't think about it or whatever.
It's gotta be from like Memphis or
Yeah,
something.
Whatever. And then all of a sudden he said something. I was like, that's weird. And then he said another thing, and I was like, wait a fucking minute here. And then he said something specific, and I was like, he's from here.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, where? And then one day I'm driving by, I'm like,
baby.
that's his house.
Yeah.
And then we ended up messaging. He came on the show or whatever, and I was just like, it's just weird.
Yeah,
In a cool way.
It's like we were at the boat show, when we met Nathan from Southern Salt, and we were talking to him. I was like, "Your voice sounds so familiar." And then finally we left, and he's like, "Today I'm gonna drop this bait down 35 feet." And I was like, "That is him. We remember him."
Off
but
his
you
jet
remember,
ski.
yeah. And so that's how we're like, "Holy shit, we know him too." And it was, it's interesting. Yeah, small world for sure.
That's killer. That's killer. Well, I don't know. Is there anything we haven't touched on about y'all's business and what y'all do? Like, I love the story. It's one of my most favorite things that we do here on the show is hearing local businesses, and that I don't know, your story. And then when you come in here and you tell it to us, and I'm just like, damn, now I'm rooting for y'all like there's no tomorrow.
I had one more question.
Okay.
We hit it quick. Shipping on these things. How does that work?
Depends on what you're shipping.
Yeah.
The big
So
tank, is it
our
mostly crate?
No, I took very good care with the shipping. So originally we were doing, so the tanks, the short wheelbase tank boxes are 36, 24, 12. That's how big the boxes are. And
That's
originally,
gangster. She just went.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
and so originally we were doing packing peanuts. But the issue with packing peanuts is you have UPS drivers dropping this shit off, and if you're going
Got a few damage tanks.
damaged tanks, and so it's like, okay, well, we have to do something else. Well, a competitor of ours uses those shipping. They do like it's like
The expanding
it's
packs.
expanding packs, so they throw them in there.
It's like foam.
Right.
Okay.
And
Seal the box up.
you seal the box up, and it'll mold around. That shit is expensive.
For
It's
sure.
very expensive.
For sure.
So what we did is I just searched around Uline, and so we do the poly. So just the styrofoam.
Yeah.
So styrofoam, and I cut them to size on the box. So it's like a little cooler that it comes in. So
Okay.
all the sides have the styrofoam on it.
Roto molded.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And then I
Put
cut.
beer in it when you're done.
So there's about an inch gap between the sides. So I fill that with styrofoam pieces, and then it's covered in peanuts. So we do flat rate shipping.
I
Right.
mean, that's where I
it's
was
80
going with that question was
Yeah, it's
UPS
80
typically.
Yeah.
UPS. It's $80 for the short wheelbase, and it's $100 for the long wheelbase.
That's not bad.
Anywhere,
No,
anywhere
not for
in the
that.
in the
Yeah.
continental US.
As long as it's less than, I think, 50 inches,
Yeah.
it can ship UPS.
UPS won't ship over 50 or like over a certain poundage, but the tank box, everything shipped, all your add-ons is only 42 pounds.
I was gonna say aluminum's light.
Yeah,
like
it's
pretty
pretty light. I can pick the box. I pick the tanks up and ship them myself. I mean, I don't work out or anything like that. So
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can do it.
Okay.
Don't pick that up. Then.
Yeah. That's killer.
Yeah.
I had one more, but I think I lost it. I don't remember where I was going to go with it. Like maybe like the online thing. Like y'all learned that pretty quick. That was just
Mhm.
trial by fire, figuring out how to
He's
set all that up because that's a task in and of
It
itself.
is. So we do through GoDaddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
through
who
our website.
hosts. That's
Yeah.
who hosts ours.
That's who ours is, and it's pretty straightforward. Like
Yeah,
if
just
you
raw
are
log
okay with clicking buttons and
Yeah.
figuring it out, you can figure it out.
GoDaddy hosts our domain, but we use Squarespace as the
Square.
website.
Yeah. But he had initially something done, but like I said, I come from customer service, and we need pictures, and
Visual.
that's a big thing too. Is people like to see who you're spending. If I'm going to send you $1,200 for this shit, I want to see what you look
I
like.
want to know you're not like
Yeah.
some
Exactly.
bullshit like scam.
And so
Yeah.
that's when I kind of like tailored the website, and I had like a photo gallery because we, have a lot of pictures of trucks that have our parts installed in it. So I put those, and I put pictures of products and like
Yeah.
videos. We've done install videos and stuff like that, and I'll post those on there. And I don't do a lot of it now because I started that when my role was kind of small. But now that my role has grown, I don't really have much time for that once it's finished.
And that's one of those things
Need
too.
to
Where
kick one of them kids in the
I was
social
gonna-
media.
I'm waiting
in
on
his
them.
social
I
media
I tell them all the time,
department.
I need you to be an accountant, and I
Yeah.
need you to do this so we can quit paying for this.
That's right. And they're good at it, and they can like my son does weightlifting stuff, and he's like some of the videos that he makes. I'm like, damn, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's really good. But yeah, they can help you with that.
Clean your room.
Yeah, you're grounded. You're grounded.
Yeah.
But and it's the things that like if you're in business, sometimes it's hard to see and understand what the outside world doesn't know because you just take it for granted. We deal with this all the time. I can go on somebody else's website or their Facebook or hear them talk and go like, oh, you didn't say this and you need to do that or whatever because they just, you know everything about this.
Right.
There's so many questions that I got that you just take for granted that you already know it. It's the same with our shit. Like we just certain things we put out there and I'm like, I hope I'm covering all my bases. I hope I'm explaining. I hope I'm doing it the right way.
And we don't.
And we don't. That's right. That's right. But if you can find somebody that can help you, you've done something.
That's right.
The last question before we wrap things up, I want to thank everybody for watching, all the comments that came through. This is a great conversation.
Yeah.
And I want to thank y'all for sponsoring the Sheep's Head and then also the Brown Water Bash and then making this. This is like above and beyond. I'm going to flash it again. You can see the corner of it there.
We hate all the fingerprints on it. No.
We can polish it out. Don't worry about it.
Nah, you ain't going to.
No?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, these rednecks, they're not going to care as long as they get over it.
That's the problem with it.
Yeah. Hey, I got flyers too. So if you need a flyer, these will start going out tomorrow.
Yeah,
Put
if you're a
it in
business or
everywhere.
something and you want it there, we can do that.
I got once a bunch of them.
Oh, once a bunch of times. The last question before we wrap things up is for you guys, like looking forward, whether that's the next 6 months, next 1 year, 5 years. What are your goals moving forward? What are some of the things that you want to achieve with the business? Because it sounds to me like y'all been just like mowing it down from day one.
Probably to fish more.
Yeah.
Hey, and if that is it too, even better.
That is a
Scaling
big thing.
is scary.
Yeah.
It's a lot comes and then
And it may not be priority number one. That's why I asked the question.
No, it's not really. We did have one employee who was a good welder right off right off the jump.
Mhm.
And he worked for us for a few months. Great guy. But we learned the hard way that if you have an employee, you got to be there every day.
Yep.
And that
Someone's
is
gotta open the doors
somebody's
and-
got to open the doors, and you got to give them $40 a week, 40 hours a week, and you have to do all these things. And I mean, really, our goal is just to stay open, just to be able to do the things that we enjoy. Like, we honestly, I don't know what I'd have to do if I have to go back corporate. And it's
Or
something.
become corporate yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't get
Right?
me wrong. I will do what I have to do to make sure our lights stay on.
Right.
But I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked the question, because like everything you said so far like tracks to that. And I think that's great. I hope people are listening. It's like, everybody doesn't have to go to like Fortune 500 company or whatever. If you're happy where you're at,
I don't think
and a lot of times I think just outside looking in, like that's what's going to keep your product good. That's what's going to keep your customers
Right.
happy, because you're not going to try to outpace. And if you do end up getting to that level, it's going to be because the market pushed you
Yeah.
that way. It's like so much demand. You're like, all right, we got to hire another guy.
Yeah.
There's so many damn orders coming in.
And
You know what I
like
mean?
Somebody's got to count all this money.
Yes, exactly. We had to hire an accountant because all the cash was stacked
Yeah,
up
just
in
through the roof.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out. The rats were eating it, right?
Yeah,
Like the old,
I saw a thread one time that kind of perfectly summed it up. Is you're told your whole life like, oh hey, go to work,
Yep.
and then when you're 50, you could be there with
Retire
your
and play, yeah.
wife, and you could be sitting at a restaurant drinking a margarita. We do that shit now.
Yeah.
We're living life.
We're
pretty,
living
pretty
very
rich,
That's pretty
life.
badass.
but
you
not monetarily.
Exactly. We got a case of, my go-to is like, we're not broke, but I got a case of Mexican Coach in the fridge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're still, I buy name brand Capri Suns. We're not doing that
That's
bad.
pretty good.
It's-
Tip so you
I
got
like
Yeah.
that.
you got
I like
you
that.
a habitual line stepper.
Yeah. I like that. I've made those comments before too about like little things like, look, I'm rich enough to where like I can splurge on toothpaste.
Yeah.
I'm buying the toothpaste that I want.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm at that level in my life.
You gonna catch me with no one ply toilet paper.
Nothing.
Yeah, we have a Sam's VIP.
Exactly.
We have a Sam's VIP membership.
Exactly.
We are doing just
Yes.
fine.
Yes.
I can get it at 8. You can
Right.
only get it at 9.
That's
We're
right.
living life.
That's right. I love it.
I hope there's no fans outside.
All right. So great episode.
Yes,
Y'all
good.
did great. Your product
Yeah, we
looks
enjoyed it.
amazing. This was an awesome conversation. I can't thank y'all enough for sponsoring the tournament that
Yep.
you had before. I hope this drives some people to like be aware of your business, whether they buy tanks or not. Just like support local, man. We got so much talent on this Gulf Coast of
Just
people
chilling.
that's doing killer shit that we don't know about, and that's why I love doing this show, is to talk to y'all and learn. Like I learned tonight.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
kudos to y'all. I hope y'all continue to have success and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, are y'all coming to the tournament to fish, beer, or all of that?
We assumed we wouldn't be able to fish.
Oh, you can fish
We've
as long as you can put. As long as you put an entry in,
yeah,
you can. As long as you
Spon-
register,
Didn't
you
know
can
that.
fish.
I have to ask.
We've done that.
Yeah.
We've done
Sponsor.
with sponsors before.
Yeah, so
I know we've done family members. Yeah, we have done sponsors.
We got it into some kind of little scoop the last time where it was like, well, they sponsored, they didn't pay their entry fee.
That's
So from there on out, the second one, as long as you got an entry fee in, you can fish a tournament.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because we're like, listen, we're like small tournament. We're not doing $100,000, $200,000 payouts. Like it's $1,000. If you think we're manipulating and cheating on hard catfish, it says in our rules we can disqualify anybody for any reason. So just don't fish our shit.
Yeah.
If y'all want to fish it, absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you just want to come out and get rowdy and hang
Yeah,
out
we were
party.
planning on coming out.
Yeah.
But we'll
Yeah, we'll let
No,
them
either way.
we both bought
Either
caught our PB redfish last year.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Kat, I caught mine. Well, he caught 2, and it's funny. So, the first one, it's my daughter and I went shopping. I was like, well, I want to take her shopping. She needs some dresses for school. And he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna take our son fishing.
Okay.
They went out to Cat Island. We were on FaceTime, and me and my daughter got home, and he was chit chatting. He's like, yeah, we're about to load up, roll in, and the fucking drag started screaming. I said, is that the fishing
Yeah.
pole?
You're like, damn it.
It's like, son of a bitch.
Yep.
And sure
Damn these
enough,
dresses.
caught a 41-inch redfish,
That's
and
a
then
toad.
Yeah,
and so
it's
then
nice.
a couple weeks later, he took me. I was like, "Well, we're going.
I
We're
want a
going.
big red
I
redfish.
want
I
to
want a
that
big-
same spot
Same
because
spot.
at that
Same spot,
point, I think my biggest one was 36 and a half, 34 and a half.
Yeah.
And then, so he and I,
She adds. Dude, I love that.
no, I add. We got to be bigger than we really are, right?
Right.
Manifest it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Make it real.
So
Yeah.
then he and I went a couple weeks later, and I caught my PB 40 inches. I think it was 24 pounds, 22 pounds, something like that.
It's a big redfish.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks later, my son was like, well, I never get alone time with Miss Kayla. So I want it. So me and him went and got a movie and got all these snacks and said, okay, we'll go. Him and our daughter went fishing. Olivia went fishing. And they got to the launch, Long Beach Harbor.
Motor wouldn't crank.
Motor wouldn't crank. So and we're like, okay. So he said, well, we'll just troll around. We'll put the trolling motor down. We'll troll out. We'll just troll around. Whole school of redfish.
First school I've ever seen.
First school we've ever seen. Caught it on a top water. 40, 41, 42 inches.
What a fight.
And I told my daughter, I was
He
like,
didn't fight that. The other one was a longer fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's already on top of the water.
Yeah, he was like,
he's already there. He's
probably so
there.
full. He was just
Yeah.
like, I don't know, man.
yeah,
I just
over
did
it. But Olivia got home and she's like, oh, it was so much fun. I was like, you know that there's grown ass men who've been fishing their whole lives who've never seen a school of redfish.
Yeah.
And you're 10 years old and you saw
Seen
it.
it,
And she's
yeah.
like, I know, it was so cool.
Is she hooked now? Is she
No,
like,
no.
That's cool.
Like-
That's fine. That's fine.
No, they don't mind. So they like to go, and it's funny. Our son will get on the boat, and can I get in the water? Can I get in the water? Can I
Right,
get in the water?
right,
He don't,
right,
he's
right.
fearless.
Right.
And so he'll have his life jacket on. I'll tie a little rope to throw him off the back. We'll troll through Back Bay, and he'll just
Floating,
float,
having a
float,
good time.
have a
That's the
great
kind of
time.
shit we used to do.
Look at the shells I caught.
That's
and
right.
And he has a good time. Our daughter, she's a little bit more girly.
Right.
She's
Prissy.
like, I'm not
Yeah.
getting in that water.
It's nasty.
It's so dirty. I
Right,
can't even
right.
say.
Brown water. What are you gonna
Exactly.
do? What are you
And,
gonna do? Name a show after it.
Yeah, but she's the one who's most like, oh, did y'all go fishing this weekend? What'd you catch? Can I see pictures?
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably, pandering to us, but whatever, we love it.
No, you're raising them right. That's all that
Yeah.
matters. That's all that matters. Thank y'all for stopping by.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you for
thank
what
you for
you're
having us.
doing. Continue
Kill it.
success. Keep doing what you're doing. This is amazing shit. I don't know. Whoever wins that, like that's going to be legit. So if
Y'all
you
can give it out at the tournament.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
100%, yeah.
right, most dots
Most-
on the red
most
spot.
dots.
So
Most
it doesn't
dots.
have to be the biggest.
Mm-mm.
Doesn't have to be the heaviest, the longest.
Nope.
Nothing. As long as you bring it to the weigh station. Now it's got to be a legal redfish.
Yes,
right?
18 to
Yeah.
30, one over
18,
30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as it's legal and you got the most dots, you're gonna be taking that home, and that's gonna look real good in the back of a skiff.
Yeah, you can fill it up with liquor if you want to. We don't,
Hey.
we don't care what
I
you
don't
fill
care
it up with.
I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that.
We don't care what you
That'd
fill
be
it up
good.
with.
Get it. Register for redfish.
And no Sharpies on the fish.
Yeah,
If we can
yeah,
wipe off
yeah.
the dots,
Yeah.
it doesn't count.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everybody for watching on the live, the replays, the streams, all the comments that came in. I was a little slow on getting those out. I was engulfed in the conversation here, but we appreciate y'all doing that. April 18th,
Mm-hmm.
Brownwater Bash, Dewey Do Bugs. We're going to keep hammering it and talking about Joey. Hold up that the chain that you couldn't. Yep, there you go. Somebody's got to take that home for first place with $1,000. So it's going to be a fun time. And just hanging out at Dewey Do Bugs, man, it's always a party. Always like-minded people down there that love to fish and be a part of the community. So just come and hang out with us, family friendly as well. If y'all keep tuning in, we'll keep doing them. We'll see you on the next one.
Later.